Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is going to be an interesting one. We've decided to go remote because of just COVID things. You can probably hear a little bit of my voice. I also got audio whatnots, doodads. But I'm sick. My parents are sick. My parents actually have COVID, so we've decided to go remote today. So it's gonna be a little bit different this time, but we're still excited. We're still super. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. So last time we did not have Jake and Anita, who play Hargul and Navara respectively, but it was still a really fun session. I think it went really well. Just to kind of summarize and recap, the aforementioned Duck Boys, currently still the Duck Boys, maybe yet to be seen to be changed, are on a quest by a goddess to go and collect sword pieces to stop the oncoming onslaught of demons and devils spilling out from the Nine Hells. One of the sword pieces has led them up to the Snowy North, the home of one of our characters, formerly Treefell, now Birx. After having an encounter with his family, his tribe, the party went to this Goliath tribe and was challenged to a bodslog, or an honor battle in giant terms. Naya, the party barbarian, took on that mantle and did a one-on-one, hand-to-hand combat with the chieftain, Treefell's brother, and through a little bit of trickery and magic, they used the cube that they acquired lately to transfer the memories from Treefell into Naya, to give Naya a little bit of a leg up in the battle. She kind of finished the battle with a very powerful move where Treefell was able to overtake his brother. It's the only time that he ever won a battle with his brother, and she pulls out this same move and picks him up physically and throws him across the ring. He stops the battle right there and says, "Bring me Treefell."
I'm like, no.
And so they do. They eventually bring him to Treefell, and there was a small confrontation, not in brute strength or battle, but just words. It's been what, 5 years?
I think we determined it was 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been about 5 years since Treefell had been with his tribe and his family, and his brother had. Oh no, we lost one. He's back.
And we're good.
All
good.
So, he basically, they had this small confrontation, and decided to kind of go their own separate ways. The party was able to get what they wanted out of the tribe, which is the location of where the sword piece would be. It's a little unsure as to how the two brothers' relationship stands. Essentially, Treefell's brother has sent him off to almost to his death. He's considering it a continuation of the Dodslog that Treefell, the death battle that Treefell skipped out on. So it's interesting, but it's going to be really fun. And afterwards, Treefell decided to go by his given name of Birx. So no longer Treefell, but now Birx. And that's where we left off. The ice castle was about a day and a half's journey to the north, I believe, is what was said.
Something like that.
So,
as long as we don't encounter any lakes on the way, right?
So it could become much longer otherwise.
Especially since we don't have a mammoth this time.
Exactly.
We don't have a mammoth. That's true.
Yeah, didn't even mention the lake and everything. But as you're all standing there, just kind of contemplating, Navara and Hargul come walking from the direction of the tribe, carrying your supplies that you had put into the tent, and
My armor back.
asking, yeah, they brought like your armor and everything else that you left behind because you kind of more or less left in a hurry. But they come back holding the stuff, going, "What did we miss? Is everything okay?"
Oh, nothing. I just got these scars. I'm good.
Nothing at all. Nothing important. We know where the ice castle is.
Meet our new party member, Birx. You might have remembered him as Treefell, but apparently that's incorrect and false information.
That was my nickname, not my given name. So here we go. I'm going by my given name.
Well, all right.
It is a long story.
That's
And
What-
frankly, we have
Just
more
call
important
us
things right now.
That's why he was treated.
No, I think we should have Treefell recap the entire situation with his family again, just for fun.
Bro, we
Probably
just
get-
got out of that, man. What?
If
Listen.
you want to find out, I broke your brother's nose.
Good
and
on
his
you.
teeth.
I'm glad he deserved it.
Yeah, you have a blackened tooth from your brother now. You're welcome.
That.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Oh yeah, thanks. I don't want to hold on to this. Here you go, Nazintor. I know you like holding trophies.
All right, fine, but don't blame me when I use it to do something weird with it, because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
It'll be something. We'll see.
Concerning.
But yes, we should probably get heading. Let's get to that ice castle and let's finish that up and get out of here. Honestly.
If we could do at least one long rest on the way, that'd be great, because I am down. I'm bloodied
I'm
still.
going to say I'm exhausted, apparently, and so a long rest would be helpful for me as well at some point.
I think it's still
It's a
technically
day and
the
a half
morning.
journey, though.
I think we did it at
Yeah, I'd say
dawn.
it'd probably be like 9 or 10 a.m. by now, right?
Yeah, it's probably about 9 a.m.
Because if I would have taken a little while, but not like a ton of time.
Yeah, the fight itself was maybe 5 minutes.
It's probably even earlier than that, though.
Oh yeah,
because
that's
we-
true.
we
It's
woke up
probably
at dawn to do
like
it.
8:30 because it was right at dawn was when it happened. So it's probably like 8 or 8:30 now.
Probably time we get moving then. I don't want to stay too close.
Yeah, we can start moving. I just want to rest before the battle, at least.
Well, we're not gonna.
I was going to say, we have a day and a half, right?
Yeah.
To get there.
Now let's start moving.
Yeah,
Let's get moving. Maybe take a short rest, just so you don't die in case another lake shows up.
Ugh.
I say let's get away from the tribe for a bit first, and then take a short rest, just in case. We don't want to potentially risk anything with confrontation with them again. For now,
Yeah. I don't know if they're very happy with us since their chief, declared the battle was not holy and then left with an axe. They probably don't have a great
I
opinion of us
still
right now.
blame Nazintar for that.
The Zintar.
you can blame me for it. You chose to take it. I just suggested it. You did not have to take it if you didn't want to.
Okay, then I blame Jeremy.
That's fair. You can always blame the
Who is
DM.
this?
Great idea.
Jeremy.
I blame the DM.
I mean, to be fair,
What is this, Jeremy?
yeah, well, that's true. I mean, like, did I tell you guys like the
Didn't want to take it.
I know.
I think we talked
You-
about like the whole
Eldath-
setup that we had
Eldath-
to get that working.
Put you
Eldath,
up
it's
to take
Eldath's
it. So I
fault.
would be blaming Eldath if I were you right now, personally, Naya.
But like I said,
But you can blame me too. I don't really care. It's not going to affect me or how I live my life.
all that Eldath did is gave you a sense of peace, and then your mind wandered over to that cube again. That was it.
Technically, Eldath didn't do anything.
That's all.
was
That's
your
all that
character.
happened. I'm just
crazy.
saying. That's all that happened.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Jeremy. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Oh, listen, my whole intention was for her to change her mind. 110%, that was my intention.
Exactly, that's why I blame you.
But I didn't straight up tell you, yeah, you need to change over. I only planted this little seed. I gave you the sense of peace. That peace could have been, yeah, I made the right decision. But you second-guessed yourself.
You see why we don't trust Jeremy with anything anymore?
Jeremy is a master
Jeremy
of
has
manipulation.
a lot of trust issues on this table.
He throws any NPC out, and my immediate thought is, all right, how are they going to try to kill us?
They're gonna try to kill us in 3 seconds.
It's a little fluffy bunny. What could it do?
It's a lake. How bad could it be?
What, behind the rabbit?
It's just a
He's the
frozen lake.
rabbit.
Oh, sweet, a golden dragon. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that a leaf? I don't know. I'm not trusting it anymore, guys. Just let's pass by it, but very far away.
Oh my word.
So, what happens in approximately 48 hours when you arrive at the castle?
So,
We rested.
well,
You're gonna
okay,
be
so
surrounded by a frozen lake for sure.
You wake up surrounded by a frozen lake.
I hate to tell you guys, but you guys have been the lake the whole time.
Luna said we rested, and I am now at full health.
No, it's not a lake. It's an ocean.
Well, so you guys decide that you want to travel for a bit and then take a short rest and then travel again, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
so take
then
the
take a
short
long
rest
rest.
benefits. So how far do you guys travel?
Before
I
the
think-
short rest?
Yeah, before the short rest.
I mean,
2 hours?
Okay.
3 hours?
Yeah,
Maybe
2
two
hours.
hours. Something.
I was gonna say 4 or 5.
3 hours until the afternoon.
Okay. So during the time Birx is telling you about the harm that the sun can have in reflecting off of because today is you guys haven't really had this, but it's a really, really sunny day, and so Birx is concerned about everybody's eyes and the sun reflecting off the snow and giving everybody, what's that called, snow blindness?
Yeah, snow blindness.
Yeah, right. Something that you're,
That'll hurt, man.
yeah, it sucks. So, so you're like taking, yeah, so you're taking like scraps of fabric and wrapping it around people's faces and stuff like that, just to kind of help with that. But it is a very, very sunny day, a bit of a wind. You travel for 2 hours and you take your short rest. So Naya, do you want to roll your hit die to regain some health?
Oh yeah. Not me forgetting.
Jeremy, while we're taking a short rest, are we lighting a fire? I guess that's a question for her, but as we're trying to light a fire while we're taking our short rest, or are we just kind of taking this a moment to sit down and hang out for a moment?
That's up to you guys.
I would keep my eyes out on the horizon just to kind of keep watch of anything trying to ambush us. And since I have the alert feat, I can't be ambushed, so I just keep my eye out very closely for any type of an ambush from any type of a creature.
Do you also happen to have dark vision, Azintor?
I don't think so.
How much do I
But it's in the middle of the day, so I'm not too worried about dark vision at the moment.
So just off center, you should see something that says hit dice, Kira. You should have like 5, I think it's D12s. So you can choose to roll up to 5 D12s to, and you regain, and then you add your Constitution bonus to that, and that's how many hit points you regain during your short rest. You can use all 5 of them, or you can use only a couple of them, but those reset after a long rest.
Okay.
So you can use a couple now, use a couple on another short rest later. But once you use 5, then you are done until your next long rest.
I actually had 21 left, and I just rolled up to 21, so.
All right. Well, there you go. So you're back up to full health. You guys just watch as as the bloody streaks just like kind of suddenly go away.
You can just do that? Why am I casting spells on you?
Crazy what a nap and a
Well,
snooze
scar,
does for you.
okay? It does not look as bad in the camera, I swear.
Oh,
My whole arm is
It looks
yellow.
pretty bad in the camera.
it looks pretty bad in the camera. I can only imagine what it's like in person.
My entire arm is yellow.
Send a picture into the group chat.
Alright.
Just so that we all have something to...
Maybe put it in spoiler tags.
Uno
Anyway.
momento.
So I assume since we're doing a short rest, we're not doing a lighting a fire or anything. But if I'm just throwing it out there, if we do, I'll probably take some of the ash, and rub it under my eyes and over my over and around my eyes, because that helps. That'll help direct the light and absorb some of the light around it, and that helps reduce glare on my eyes.
Oh.
On eyes as a general.
I'd say in that case, we should
If you're
definitely
making that a
fire.
suggestion, then yeah, I'll
Let's
be
light a
down
fire
for a
and
fire
do that. That's
kind of do
crazy.
the same thing. Does that have any benefit for me as a Black Dragonborn, or do I get that naturally from being a Black Dragonborn?
You'd probably
You might
get that naturally.
actually.
You would probably...
Naya
All right,
must
well,
be
then I
dying
don't
though,
really
because
care
with the
one way
gem
or the
skin.
other. I'm not as bad as I thought with this snow blindness right now.
Naya must
I'll
be
do it
hurting,
just for
though.
the
Her
fun of it,
gem
though.
Skin is probably reflecting right into it.
Yeah.
I am a gem dragon.
Naya is glowing right now, like a disco ball. Just
I will walk ahead of Naya at all points to avoid being blinded by that disco ball. Because that's the most annoying thing in the world, when light's just reflecting everywhere and you're like, I'm going to kill something. So
Unfortunately,
I'll just
we're
walk
gonna
ahead.
put Naya at the back of the
I
pack.
was made this way, don't blame me.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I don't have a problem with your skin color, unlike some of us.
Ooh.
Shots fired.
oh my gosh.
We talked about that in the Centaur. I don't
So
have
I
a
can
problem
joke about
with
it
you.
because it's funny.
I have a problem with your kind.
That doesn't make it any better.
It's fine. Englund will save me.
Oh my gosh.
I'll give you. That's a
Anyway.
pretty legit pillow.
That's pretty cool.
Right? I'm a con, y'all.
Wow. I love it. So you guys light a fire then? Was that
Yeah,
decided?
we light a fire.
Sure.
We'll do a
Just
small one. We're not.
we
It's
can-
not like a bonfire, but enough for a quick rest.
You can just
Are
reflect
we
the
in an area where we have wood
lights
to
off
create a
me.
fire, though?
I would assume that you guys like pack at least a little bit of, like, not, tons of it, but at least like, some fire starting, right? Like tinder boxes, stuff like that would have at least enough to get enough ash to do what you're hoping to do. But
Okay.
for the most part, you don't have a lot of materials for fires and whatnot. But I'd say you guys can kind of pool your resources and use some of that. You don't use all of it, but
Using, you got the food rations. Take some of the wrappers from that, put it in the fire.
Some things like that.
Fair
We're
enough.
trying- enough ash, and then you melt a little of the snow, probably with your body warmth, and you just mix that into it, make a paste, and then you apply it under your eyes. To do that.
The good thing we have a
The
ranger.
Zinter's
in our
going to
team.
do that too, even though he's already a Black Dragonborn, just for the fun of it.
I assume your scales have some level of sheen to them, so by doing that, it'll instead of reflecting it back up into your eyes as much, it'll still do a little bit.
Yeah, I figure it can't hurt.
I already blind myself just by being a disco ball.
And Taylor, as a pyromaniac, definitely wishes that he had in his Intor carry around enough wood to always have a bonfire, but figures that's probably a little out of the realm of possibility. So
I mean, you do have a
That's
bag of holding. It
unfortunate.
actually seems very possible.
Not gonna lie to you, the next time we're in a forest, I'm gonna probably just say that Nazintor spends some time gathering enough like firewood into the bag of holding to always be able to create like a certain size of a bonfire just in case.
Just cause.
Or
Oh heck yeah, man.
fireball.
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 Do any of us have the ability to learn fireball though?
I don't. My cleric domain
No,
doesn't.
not.
Oh no,
That's-
Navara. Oh no.
Navarra
Navarra
knows.
does.
Oh yeah, remember she used it at the
Oh
She
yeah,
did.
that's right.
She did.
Oh,
The best spell in the game.
Yeah, all right. We have at least one of us that knows what's up.
just make instant bonfire, and then it goes away.
Instant 2-second bonfire.
There's a cantrip called Create Bonfire. Like
That's
you
true.
choose a spot and it erupts into flames.
That's also true.
Oh,
That's
boy.
right. That is a thing, huh?
One of my favorite spells.
You just erupt the area in flames. Why not?
All right, Jeremy, how can I get the cantrip create bonfire as a rogue?
You probably have to
Uh,
take another feat.
Arcane Trickster.
Blast.
Arcane Trickster. Or Arcane Trickster subclass.
well,
but you're already a thief.
Can I multi-class into 2 different subclasses? Did we say that was a thing?
We've
I
talked about
I don't know. We've talked about it, but I haven't spent any time thinking about it or reading up on it.
You could just multi-class into a wizard.
Yeah,
You know,
there's-
that's awesome.
or take the Arcane Initiative feat, which would give you a set of cantrips and a couple one or two first level spells. I think it's like 3 cantrips and a first level spell in whatever arcane class you want.
What's your best stats? Dexterity and what?
Dexterity and strength. So obviously, I'm not actually supposed to be a caster at all. But
What's your
Between wisdom,
intelligence?
intelligence,
for the
and
fun of it, I
charisma,
might
which
have
one's
to have
the
create
best?
bonfire. Charisma sucks. It's definitely intelligence.
What's the intelligence modifier?
My intelligence modifier, I think, is a +1.
Is it 13?
Yeah, my
or
intelligence
higher?
is 12, and my charisma is a 8. So my charisma
Oh,
is a -1. So
You
I
need
definitely
to
don't
increase
wanna...
your intelligence by 1, I think, to multi-class into wizard, because I think you need 13 at minimum.
Yeah, but if you
Okay.
take the magic initiative feat, then you don't have to. I don't think you have to have that requirement. You think it prevents it, but I'll check that right now and get back to you.
Yeah, and if it's in multiple different classes spell list, I might be able to do a different class even if I can't do wizard.
True.
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about
Right.
having requirements.
Anyways, that's totally like we don't have to worry about that too much. That's just me
so you,
wondering.
So it just says you choose a class: Bard, Cleric, Druid, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice from that class's spell list. In addition, choose 1 first-level spell to learn from that list. Using this feat, you can cast the spell once at its lowest level, and you must finish a long rest before you can cast it in this way again. Your spellcasting ability for the spell depends on the class you choose: Charisma for Bard, Wisdom for Cleric, or Intelligence for Wizard. That's all it says. So there are no requirements in taking it.
I could choose a wizard and potentially have a create bonfire spell.
Whoa, wait. What the heck is that, Jake?
You can do that?
Yeah, that's why there was fireworks behind me
How the heck?
when I did this.
Is that just based on...
Are you on an iPhone?
Oh.
Yeah,
That's why.
Oh, that's why.
Is that a Discord thing, or is that a
That's an iPhone.
just
It's
iPhone?
an iPhone thing.
Just iPhone.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Okay.
I've done it before.
Yeah, if I was on my phone right now, I could do the same thing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
That's awfully niche, but okay.
Weird. You'll just know when we cast fireball.
Yeah.
There's also this one.
Oh my goodness.
Fireball.
Anyway, okay, sorry.
Naya, you needed to click fireball.
The heck was that?
Fireball.
Honestly, it's probably good. We say fireball and then it pops up. Now you need to click it and see what happens.
Anyway, now that we
You
are
gotta
fully
click one of
distracted...
them.
Yep.
We are
Full-
ADHD to the max right now.
fully lost in
and
the weeds.
I'm sorry, but this is always how I get at home. So My apologies if I'm slightly more distracted than normal.
Fireball!
Yeah, George had some fun last night.
I'm just like, ooh, a soundboard. What can I add to this?
Instant heart attack?
If you've played Minecraft, you know what that is.
Not, but that's still fun. I
Sweet.
have
So,
talked about
we've rested. We've had some snacks.
We've
I've
had
made some tinder, put some
had
ash
some-
on my face.
Stop pinging Discord.
Thought that went, huh? Well, I pressed it.
No, it makes Discord sound.
Oh. Okay, I
I don't know
stopped.
how that works. Okay. Anyway. All right. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is our first session.
Anyway, no one used the soundboard anymore.
First session online. We're doing great. In some ways, I love this setup. Like, this is actually kind of fun, but also like.
Oh yeah. The ADHD.
But also
We
the
are-
fact that anyone at any time can just be like wrong.
I cast counterspell.
I cast counter
I
spell.
count counterspell.
Oh yeah. Well, I just.
Fireball! You look behind you and there's a lake.
Can't get over that sound.
Prowler one.
Dead.
Love how it's both the shell.
Oh man. All right. So yeah. So you
Making
guys.
great progress, guys.
We're making
Just
some.
so you know, as an admin, you can disable the use of the soundboard.
Time until Navarra comes
Oh,
back,
can I?
That's all.
There is a way. I don't know if you can do it here. There's a way of doing it. Yeah, if you turn that down, all the way,
Jeremy,
I
if
think
you
it'll make it
revoke
so you
our
cannot hear
fireball
it if any of us do
privileges,
it. We've lost our fireball privileges.
Lit. Yeah, I'm sure there's settings
Still
somewhere.
very much there for me. Anyway, pause off the soundboard. Let's play D&D, eh?
All right. So, yeah. So you guys spend about an hour, take a short rest, and keep going. It's about noon at this point. So the sun is not directly above you, but Birx assures you that it is about noon. You guys are looking at about another 5 hours of excuse me. Yeah, of daylight before it gets dark. So the wind is starting to pick up a bit. It's getting a bit windier. Snow is starting to blow, and I mean it's still very, very cold. The sun is still out and shining, but it's actually colder than what it's been since you guys got here.
Ooh, there's a nice breeze. It feels so great out here. I love this.
The cloud cover actually helps to insulate the land, and when there's
I
no
have the ring of warmth. Never mind.
yeah, so whoever's got the ring of warmth is great. Birx is great. Everyone else is pretty chilly. But all in all, you all do have winter weather clothing, so that does help. But that doesn't. I mean, if you've ever been in really cold Minnesota or anywhere else where it gets really cold like that, you know exactly what it
Very
means.
cold.
Keep moving. If you stop
Yeah,
and sit
Minnesota.
down, you might not move again.
You might not
A little
stand
bit
up.
brisk.
It's cold there in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
If you're very cold, start doing jumping jacks. It helps.
Don't stop moving. Do not sit down. Do not nap. The cold is deceiving.
So, Birx, can I have you roll me a perception check?
Of course I may.
Scared.
Jeremy, this is my favorite terrain. I'm gonna do ranger stuff. This is my favorite terrain. Is this my favorite terrain?
Is this your favorite terrain? Hey, is this your favorite terrain?
I guess
got a 15.
that's true. You could probably roll as well for this.
Yay! I will not do it, but we'll do it.
I'm confused about something. Is this your favorite terrain?
Is it
I don't
cold?
know if it's favorite terrain actually.
Is it icy? Then it's my favorite terrain.
I got a 15, Jeremy.
A 15.
Let's
Jake,
see.
and you should.
Perception that would be at 23.
All right. So
I
you
technically could roll with advantage, but I'm gonna just roll with that.
roll with advantage. I'm curious. Do you get the 20?
See if you get to that 20.
No,
Yeah.
it's the 23.
Okay.
That's fair.
So Harkle, you notice it immediately. Treefell, it takes you a couple of seconds, but you hear it almost sounds like a trumpet or something in the wind. Some kind of like a horn kind of just constantly blowing, coming along the wind. And Hargul, you remember, you know this immediately. Birx, it takes you a minute or so to kind of realize. You're like, I recognize that noise. What is that noise? That noise is it's a frost giant. They carve the horns in their head, in their helmet, to kind of create a like a battle tone type of thing, so that just in the wind it will just make that noise. So you guys recognize that noise pretty. Birx takes you a couple of minutes because you've been gone for so long, but Hargul, you've at least heard the stories. You haven't encountered this yourself, but you've heard the stories of the frost giants that will do that.
Birx was wondering why he was suddenly feeling very anxious for the last few minutes until he realizes the sound.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yes. Why are the frost giants wanting to go into battle? That's usually not a good sign.
Well, so frost giants will do that. What? Where? You are a black dragonborn in the middle of a white field.
He comically does this and swan dives into the snow. And then he's just like a foot under.
Dig through the snow. I got no problems with it.
So I've got it right here. So this is about frost giants, right? Frost giants are one of their mottos is make war not goods. Though frost giants consider the menial crafting of goods beneath them, carving and leatherwork are valued skills. They make their clothing from skins and bones of beasts, and carve bone or ivory into jewelry and the handles of weapons and tools. They reuse the weapons and armors of their smaller foes, stringing shields into scale armor and lashing sword blades into wooden halves to make giant-size spears. The greatest battle trophies come from conquered dragons, and the greatest frost giant jarls wear armor of dragon scales or wear picks and mauls made of a dragon's teeth or claw. Basically, they're constantly just kind of looking for battle. They are, a race very, very focused on battle and conquering enemies, and they're not a nice people.
Who riled up our cousins, man?
So
it's not a great time for that.
They're just always wearing those helmets, making that trumpeting sound is just the constant for them.
Oh dear. Are we passing by frost giant territory?
Are you asking me or?
I asked that out loud, and now I'm also asking Jeremy.
Okay. The frost giants will also kind of travel, much like the. Honestly, most things in the snowy north travel. Mostly
I assume we're on the opposite rotation, so that we're as far away from them as possible.
Well, and that's the thing, is that the frost giants don't really travel on a rotation. They more just wander to find things to conquer and battle to get more to basically get more supplies and whatnot. They're like Vikings, right? They don't do much for themselves. They just go and pillage other things to take their resources. So the frost giants don't really operate on a set schedule or pattern. They're very.
What's the direction we're hearing the war horns?
So roll me a nature check, the both of you.
Oh, that's pretty good. 16.
I roll advantage? Question mark.
Probably. Because it's nature and your favorite terrain.
Okay, it's not a wisdom check, so nature isn't, but...
Nature is intelligence check.
Yeah, nature's intelligence.
Is it everything based off of wisdom?
It's wisdom.
Is your ranger?
Okay, yeah, then just intelligence.
Okay,
then.
so then just...
Oh, that's a 15.
Okay.
I got a 16.
15 and 16. If you were to guess, it's coming just... Because you guys are heading northward. It's coming just like slight northeast. So kind of in the direction that you're headed already. It's hard to say because, like I said, the wind is picking up. You're probably looking at 15, 20 miles an hour wind sweeping across the plains.
What direction is the wind moving?
Wind is moving from the east.
In the east. Okay.
Well, hear me out. We don't want to cross paths with them, probably. Do you think they're following the direction of the wind? Possibly.
Maybe. We are downwind from them, so they probably haven't picked up on us at least. But
because I'm wondering if we should head east so that on the chance that they're heading west, we sneak behind them.
That wouldn't be a bad move.
That's assuming they're following the direction of the wind, which I don't know if they are.
Of course.
It's not great. This isn't great. By the way, we told this to the whole party, so everyone knows about it now.
Yeah, we're having.
Could they also be heading east, and we just are catching like
the tailwind of it? Yeah.
Them in advance because they're heading with the wind.
Who knows?
That makes sense. Or am I going crazy here?
I mean, either way, it seems like we're probably gonna have to pass by them to get to the castle, and we don't want to. I mean, I don't feel like killing a giant today. I don't know about y'all.
I do.
I'm willing to not a whole herd of them.
Y'all point me in the direction.
I was gonna say, I mean, if it's one giant, I don't feel too bad about it. But it sounds like this is a lot of them, and I'm not that tanky or have that much strength. So I don't want to try to face off against a pack of roaming frost giants, personally.
Like, even one frost giant would be a lot. I don't know about a pack. We'd be done for. Also, the perfect timing. It is apparently a snowstorm outside as we're talking about this. What beautiful
Is there really? I am in the basement. I have no idea.
Snowing very badly outside.
It's hailing, actually.
In fact, there was I heard thunder, and I never hear those with snowstorms. I'm very confused.
Oh, see, those are the most fun types of storms. We get those a lot in Minnesota.
It's supposed to snow here for 6 hours today.
Nice.
Anyway.
You work from home. What's your problem?
Yeah, you're right. I can't complain about anything. I work from home. Anyway, how do we not die to a frost giant? Any ideas, gang?
Don't interact with them.
Sorry, I can hear the thunder and lightning now.
I mean, we don't have a mammoth. We don't really have anything that they would want.
I'm going to step away real quick. You keep talking. Because I got to go see the storm and fill up my water.
Okay. I mean, we probably don't want to barter with them because they're not going to barter. They're just going to take. They're just going to take what we have.
It's true.
Any encounters my tribe has had with the frost giants, it's mostly just been a, here's some stuff and then we leave.
I'd like to skirt around them and avoid them as much as possible without having to interact with them. I think we probably... I liked your idea of heading east and trying to avoid them if they're north of us, but I think Nazentor brings up a good point. If they are heading east, then we would be following them. It might be worth taking a couple minutes or taking some time to see if we can gauge what direction they're moving, or if we were able to come across some tracks. I might be able to do a little bit.
Yeah. Crazy idea. What if we just sit here and wait like 4 days for them to pass by?
4 days. We're on
Like, or like I don't know how long they would take to pass, but if we're worried about interacting with them, why risk the chance of meeting them?
I
We
mean,
could
I
dig
guess it's true.
ourselves
We
some
could
like
just
kind of
wait it
like
out.
snow cave-ish type stuff where like we kind of have like a hidden entrance, but we're able to kind of keep our body weight together and keep ourselves warm.
Here's the other thing, though. Is
I don't
what
know.
if
Does
they're
that
heading in
work?
our
I'm
direction?
not good in the snow, so some of you people with more snow knowledge than me should tell me if it's possible to stay warm in snow together if we're
We'd have
all
to
in like
build it.
small little caves.
You could probably build an igloo or something.
even just snow caves that you can keep pretty warm. You'll toast up real nice.
Here's
Just
the
with
problem.
body.
What if they're heading towards us?
Exactly, and then we have to try and hide ourselves. If they catch scent of us, that might be a little bad. And depending, they are skilled hunters in this environment.
Well,
I'm ready to
what?
throw some ham.
Actually, hear
Would
me
we
out.
be able to tell if they're like coming towards us with enough time to then move away, or would it be one of those like they'd be on us before we knew it?
I mean, here's the thing. They are giants. We could probably see them before they see us, right?
It's a nice clear day. I mean, we have good visibility. I would figure we probably would have a good line of sight on them before they have one on us.
So maybe what we do is that we continue north because we're smaller and they're, a giant in the distance. The moment we see them, we stop, hide ourselves, and then see what direction they're going in, and then run accordingly.
I'm still also of the point that like if we literally just dug holes in the ground, sat in them for like 3 hours, and then popped back up, the giants would probably be gone by then.
You make a good point.
I also can pass without a trace, and that'll allow us
Oh,
to
that
move
would be
stealthily,
so
and we can
helpful.
move faster.
I'd have to take off my armor before doing that, though. I'll tell you that.
It'll add a +10 to whatever your stealth roll is, whether or not you have have heavy clanky armor.
That's true, but it's still
That-
disadvantage.
Let's see. So if you give me a +10, even if I were to roll a natural 1, I would still get a 20 on myself. I have a +9, so I'd have a +19 to my stealth checks. So literally anything but a natural 1, and I'm going to be as stealthy as crap. So I'm okay with this plan.
Yeah, I had a bard that I played that I had I think a +13 without the pass without a trace. And so then the pass without a trace, I had a +23 to my stealth roll. And I was just like, oh. So they're like, okay, roll stealth. All right, so I got a 35.
Suddenly, everyone has true sight, and all the DCs are 30. It's crazy.
Why? I
If
got
you
a
do
35. It doesn't matter.
You can stack up. I think within all the rules, the highest you could possibly get on a stealth check, with all the adds-ons and buffs and stuff, you can get it's like a 72 to a 75 somewhere in there.
Joke's on you. The enemies have tremor sense. Now. Good luck.
You blink from existence.
I mean,
You're just
If
in
I'm
another
taking something
dimension.
OP though, I'm still taking shape water, and just anytime I see blood on an enemy, I'm going, all right, I'm shaping their water, and it's all frozen now.
canonically,
You don't have to wait till
no.
they bleed. You can just do that.
Yeah, but I think the reason why he said like, "Oh, I see it on them," is because the DM could make the argument that, "Oh, you can't manipulate water that you can't see." And he's like, "I can see them bleeding."
That is
Pull it
fair.
out of them.
He's got a nosebleed. I can see that. He's dead.
Jeez. All right. Okay. I think the strategy is let's keep going north. We'll probably see the giants before they see us, and then we'll hide or run accordingly.
And
We
we
might
can
want-
use pass without a trace as soon as we see them, because we want to save the pass without a trace till we know we're going to be near them and trying to sneak by them or something like that for sure.
And it lasts for an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I just don't want to like use it now, get there in an hour, and then have it run out, and we're like, oh hey, by the way, now we need it.
Yeah.
I'd rather see them coming and say, oh hey, they're like half an hour away. Now we can use it.
I can cast it twice per longer short rest.
Okay.
So
Long or short rest? Do you regain them on?
Long rest.
Oh,
I think it's a long. I can't remember. Which,
What?
if I get any points on it.
So how late in the day is it now? Like, what time would it be since we've done our short rest and we've been traveling for a bit?
so it's about noon.
No, that was when we rested.
So it's at noon now?
Because it was.
that
I thought
when
noon
we
was when we
rested.
were resting.
No,
That's
so
what we started our-
so you guys left the village about 8:30, traveled for about 2 hours, rested for an hour. It's about 11:30 noon.
Okay.
And so we haven't been continuing to travel. We just started sensing them a little bit after our short rest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say let's maybe wait a little bit since it's still pretty early in the day. Maybe as it gets closer to night, we can start using we can just use pass without a trace as we get closer to like dark when it'll be easier to sneak by them. And since it is clear enough, we should be able to see them well before we would necessarily need to worry about using it or not. Unless these frost giants know how to stealth or hide themselves insanely well, but considering they're giants, I'm assuming every time they move, their footprints will be able to like feel or hear or something.
Yeah.
I don't know giants though, so this is whatever I'm gonna say. Whatever Birx or Hargul think is best. I'll follow you guys because you guys know this terrain better than myself.
All right.
So you guys head off.
Let's do it.
Let's head forward. Just keep moving forward, and then we just got to make sure we're keeping a watch and keeping our ears open. Birx, you and I just need to be super on top of that. And Zintor, if you hear anything,
I will make sure we don't get ambushed. That I can guarantee. We will not be ambushed.
You
And
with
then
the
I
alert feet.
Or at least I won't be ambushed.
I figure Birx and I point out to Zintor because we know he's got good senses. We'll point out some things that he should be looking for if the giants start getting closer, or if there's something that's not right.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm ready to throw these hands regardless.
I appreciate that about you, Naya.
Got you.
And I will keep an eye out for stuff that like I'm talking if it's a like slightly higher mound of snow than other areas, just anything where I can use it to cut off line of sight from stuff far beyond. I'll be ready to hide at a moment's notice if I can.
What
Actually,
if they're hiding in the snow? That's terrible.
no, you got this. Jeremy, actually, I'm going to use primeval awareness and look for giants. And because it's my favorite terrain, I have a 6-mile radius on it.
You can just do that? Why are we even
Hey,
talking?
why
I
didn't we
forgot.
do this like 30 minutes ago and we've been discussing this whole time? Everyone just kind of stops and stares at Hargul like, come on, really, man?
Everyone
It's
just
a weird
deadpan.
morning.
Just
I woke up early.
Is it a?
Dude, I broke somebody's nose within this time.
So that does use a spell slot.
I believe that's the case, yeah. Permanent awareness. 1 spell slot. Focus the range around me. And let's see. I can do aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. So I don't think I can actually do giants.
And honestly, all it does is you can sense whether the following creatures are present within that area. It doesn't reveal the location or number.
Yeah. I was thinking about the Paladin one.
Yeah,
Is what I was
yeah,
thinking.
that's fair.
and I think technically, under those specific ones, I think Birx would have even set that off,
Yeah.
being a half giant himself.
Mhm.
So cool, but unfortunately but yeah, no, I think that aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, and these are considered
Yeah,
giants.
I don't think giants
It's
fall
not
into
for
any of those.
undead, just because I'm kind of like worried about this ice castle we're heading towards.
I'll
Is
do
that
it
something
when
you can do when we get closer? Okay.
Do what?
I'll do when we get
Use
closer
that to
the
see if
ice
there's.
castle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, I did want to say, like, as we're traveling, Nizintor's actually going to kind of come up to Birx, and he's just going to say, oh crap, I forgot what I was going to lead with. I had a question I was going to lead with, and now I forgot it. Freaking
You just see Nazentor go
Um,
up to Birx. I look at
yeah.
him like, yes, and then just silence.
yeah. Sorry, give me a sec. Like he's like Nizintor's is going. Wait, give me a second. I had like a legitimate question, and now I'm forgetting it. Oh crap.
Maybe it wasn't that important, Nazentor.
Okay, I wanted to try to lead off with like a question that was just kind of light and fluffy, but really what I wanted to ask was, how are you feeling with like being back around your family? Like, what kind of things are you thinking right now? Like, how is this affecting you? Like, is there anything we can do to help?
That's a loaded question, Nazentor. um, hmm. It's a lot of emotions, really. With seeing my brother again and remembering everything that caused me to leave. Well, let's put it this way: I don't really want to be here longer than I have to. Even if my brother actually takes me up on the offer and allows me back into the tribe, I wouldn't stick around even then.
So you're dead set on, even if like we finish this and your family is like perfectly okay with you coming back to the tribe, you're dead set on not being a part of that tribe anymore, of the tribe anymore.
Yeah, I've realized my place is required elsewhere, and frankly, a lot of terrible memories. I mean, I've gone by Treefell for quite a number of years, since my childhood, and that's not a kind nickname, and I realize I've been walking with that this whole time, and so, I don't really want to be around here anymore.
That's fair. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think of Trifo as anything wrong, but I'll admit I don't have the experiences you had growing up, so I'm sure Trifo is more of a not nice nickname, like you're saying.
Yeah,
but I think it's a pretty
loaded.
good name personally.
Well, thank you. It is a pretty nice name.
And just out of curiosity, like, if you do complete all of this stuff, even if you don't want to go back to the tribe, like, is this kind of one of those things where like you'll set out on your own afterwards, like try to find your way, or go back to serving Eldath in like a more of like a cleric or like a temple priest kind of a situation? Like, what are your plans for future possibilities?
I mean, that'd only be
Birx.
if Eldath changes anything.
All that Nizentor really wants to know is if you're leaving us or not.
No, I'm not.
Hey, we've had a couple of people in recent times just kind of leave the party and never talk to us again. So I have a little bit of separation anxiety right now. I'm sorry. Okay.
I understand, Azinter. It's okay.
Yeah,
no,
Kalia.
I don't plan on leaving. I
Kalia's
think this
left.
is right now. I
Literally,
feel
the
like this is
people
where
I met
where I'm needed.
when I first met in 3 streams, all of them are gone except for Treefell. So I'm just kind of a little worried that we're going to lose more people as this continues on. And I don't want the Zentor really secretly kind of latches onto Treefell Birx, more than he gives, like more than he shows. Because Birx has started to become the one like reliable person that he knows hasn't like just disappeared randomly for weeks or days on end.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've been abandoned my whole
Well,
life.
I don't plan on going anywhere, Nizentor. Who else is going to keep you alive, right? With how many times you've almost died?
I need it. You've kept me alive more times than I can count right now, so thank you.
Of course. But yeah, either way, let's get this done and let's get out of here.
Okay. Oh, by the way, there's an ambush coming. Just kidding. And I'm
Oh, really?
just walks
Okay.
off. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, by the way, we're about to get ambushed.
And you turn
Oh,
around as
really?
you see 3 alpha hellhounds coming your way.
No!
By the
Realize
way, we're in a fight right now, guys. So get ready.
the way. By the way, you hear that below
Everyone
us?
roll an
Oh,
initiative.
look, we're on the lake. Better run.
You hear that lake sounds?
Is that a golden dragon I see in the distance?
Is that a golden dragon on top of a lake?
Right, and then there's a frost giant riding the golden dragon.
Okay, anyway. So,
That's terrifying, actually. Hold on.
I know. Wouldn't that just be awful?
You can't say that, Jeremy. You're the DM.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine, guys. I mean, just talk amongst yourselves real quick. You know, just
No!
Also, while we're traveling, Nizintor wants to try to make a necklace out of Birx brother's tooth.
okay.
That's brutal.
No, like I'm so
Bro, that's
legit.
like
The
bro,
plan
bro.
for
What
it
the heck?
is
Whenever she was about
it's
put it in
going to
her
become a lucky totem for me. So it's going to be one of those things where I doubt it's going to do anything. But like every time he does anything where he's like, I want luck with me, he's just going to kind of like either like rub it a little bit or like feel it and just try to make that like become like a lucky totem type of a thing. Honestly, just for flavor, because I think it's fun to have him like have that kind of like a, he'll do that every time and just like, it probably won't ever actually work, but he feels like it helps him become more lucky.
Take the luck feat when you get there. Every time you rub it, you get a
Oh,
reroll.
no, I'm gonna take the luck feat eventually, but you know, we'll see how
Yeah,
it
that's
goes.
what your luck feed is tied to. There you go.
That will
Not
be
only that,
in the future. I will for sure have the luck feed, and that will become a part of it for sure.
Okay, so you guys decided to just keep heading north, but cautiously is kind of what I took away from that.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully, so we can sneak by the giant when it passes by nearby.
Okay. So you guys travel on for another half an hour or so, and the whole time you are hearing that constant drone of the horns of the hill giant that is slowly getting louder and louder, and it's kind of just keeping to that.
Why are we walking towards the sound then?
If it's getting louder, that's
If it's getting louder, we're going the other direction, Jeremy.
You're going the other direction
the horns
yeah,
are coming
if it's,
from the northeast.
from the
We're walking
northeast,
away
but it's a very slight northeast. But you guys are heading north.
I'm okay if it's getting louder to stop and just kind of wait. That's still my suggestion.
can we tell what direction they're going in? Like, are they coming like straight south towards us?
Roll a
Or
survival check.
technically southwest-ish.
Roll a survival check.
Ah, yes, a skill I'm definitely good at.
Oh yeah. Me
Oh,
too.
dang. 22.
Say your wisdom stat should be your highest stat, right?
Yeah, it's only a +3, but you know.
Oh, okay.
Can I make
Hero,
one
dude.
as well, Jeremy? Or
Do you want to? Go for it.
yeah, I'd like to.
I consider the both of you experts in this particular field.
I have proficiency in survival, if that helps at all.
You do? What the heck?
Yeah.
A
Um,
16.
I-
So
16. So Birx got you on this one. So it's really hard to tell over the wind and just, you know, the constant drone itself. But you're almost thinking that it's staying in the same location. It's been the same location for the past 30 minutes. That's what your running theory is right now, given all the information that you have. But you think that it's actually been just in the same spot this whole time.
Okay. I don't know if the giant's leaving and they're like directly in our path. So what if we just go around them?
we could head out further west, kind of skirt out and around. If you're thinking that they're staying in place, then maybe we do that.
Or maybe we go east, follow the direction of the wind, so it kind of helps our step a little bit.
If we end up going east, we'll end up upwind of them, and
Oh, that's
also
true.
a little to the east,
Well,
that would that we get a little closer to them. So if we go far enough west out, that might lead us out and around.
Okay, yeah, then maybe we should go west.
Also, is it possible that somehow these frost giants are now camping at the castle, and we're gonna have to deal with them one way or another?
We're still
pretty far away from the castle, aren't we?
A day and a half's journey.
Jeremy,
and I
put the
feel like
put
I've
the
been
notebook
traveling for
down.
about half a day.
Put the notebook down. No, bad Jeremy. Bad Jeremy.
You know what, Jeremy? It's coming.
Lit.
Oh my gosh.
I like turning down the soundboard. Wait, can you guys hear this noises?
I'm just saying.
I can still hear the
he threw a
soundboard.
gold
Oh, okay, so
dragon
it just
at us
turns
in
it down
our
for
first
me.
Player location.
Okay. that's all
So
good.
Frost Giant Elder sounds like a great second person
Frost Giant Elder? That's-
location.
All right. Either way, let's head west. Let's move around them. Hopefully, they're not at the castle. How's that sound?
Yep. Still going stealthily though. Especially since it's getting louder, let's try to be more quiet and more careful.
My passive stealth
Even
is
if we're a
11,
little slower.
with disadvantage.
Your passive stealth is what?
Is 11.
Oh, yeah.
You have a passive stealth?
Technically, all your skills can be passive if you just add 10 plus the modifier. Same way you do passive perception.
Oh, so my passive stealth would be 13?
It's pretty good. With my
your dex plus
passive
proficiency bonus.
my passive perception is 13, so
Oh, then it'd
I
be
know when you
plus
enter the room.
16. So it'd be my passive stealth would be 16.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That's a lot
Cool,
better.
with
I
my
was like, I
passive
should be way
perception,
higher
you'll
than...
walk behind me and I don't realize you're there. It's great. All right, to west, what happens?
So you guys basically just just take a 90-degree turn and start headed west, or
We head a little more northwest.
okay,
Just
Yeah,
still-
like kind of in a circle, really.
and you're just gonna kind of take a long, sweeping arch.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid fighting a giant if we can, I guess. Though I know half
Also-
of our party would probably enjoy punching a giant in the face.
if you can
Can
reach.
we try to hide the disco ball
have weak
effect that
ball.
Naya keeps going on? Because that could attract the giants as well, right?
How do you want to do that?
You've got
If
you've
he's
got armor on.
flashing
and-
light all over the place, or how? Or
Do you want to just
am
like
I
put a
being
robe
crazy?
over the disco ball
Armor.
really quick?
Or even just a blanket or something, just to completely try and cover you. You could just all old lady hermit, you know.
All right.
I mean, it's annoying me, and I'm sitting right here by you, so I don't know if like a frost giant looking out would notice, like, oh, hey, that's sparkly. Let's go figure out what that is.
You do look like a giant sparkling gem, which is awesome.
That would
But-
be a pretty sick. You would make a sick necklace, and that's a compliment and also a threat. So let's not get caught by the giants, eh?
You want to threaten me, Birx?
No, I'm saying the giants are gonna use that as a threat.
Now you can't. Be
So you're
surprised.
saying we can trade Naya to the giants and we'll be okay?
We are not trading
Alright.
our friends. It'll be fine.
Be fine.
A great axe. It's my keyblade.
So we can't. You're right. We can't. We can't trade our friends, but
Hey,
the
I have
acquaintances.
already mentioned that I was fully okay with selling out Freefell. I'm
You
willing
were
to sell
very-
out anyone in the right
You were
circumstance.
concerningly quick to be willing to sell me out, I'll be honest.
You almost did.
I was thinking I was so tempted to. You have no idea how tempted I was. Oh, I mean, in the end, in the grand scheme of things, I think it would have just ended up in a very similar result as to what happened,
Probably.
only a lot quicker.
And may or may not have included initiative rolls.
Potentially.
So you guys start heading off to your northwest direction, having, I think, ultimately decided not to trade Naya for your lives.
Yeah.
He's keeping it in the back of his head as a
It's
possibility,
in the back
just
of
in
his head
case.
now. Listen, you ever see those gem necklaces? Like you just
Contingency plans.
The
Okay.
Centaur has a plan A through Z for every situation.
That is neither
What
true
about
nor
Olin?
accurate, and I can prove it.
He
No,
can
yeah,
prove
that's
it. That's
fair.
the problem.
I'm just
Definitely.
saying. I can bring up 3 different situations where that was not true.
There's my little phoenix necklace, so I will rise again
Ooh.
as a phoenix.
Very cool.
There.
Oh, that gives me ideas for magic items.
Terracotta Bard.
What?
Pick.
Well, you want to be a bard, and if you're turning
You
into a
wanna be a
phoenix,
bard.
I don't know if there's a phoenix, but there is an Aarakocra.
There is an Aarakocra.
There you go.
Fire
I don't know
Genasi.
what that is.
Jeremy is probably currently consulting the Book of Ways to Kill Us.
No.
Emergency.
It's just her thing for the Phoenix pendant
The Phoenix Fennec was pretty sick, actually.
gives. I mean, that's really cool, but gives me an interesting idea for a magic item.
What are random things on my desk we can use as magic items?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to think how
My
to.
desk isn't very special.
Ooh.
I can always bring this.
Definitely, I want to see a magic item on Apple Mountain Dew at some point in our
Apple
campaign.
Mountain Dew.
You gotta...
Add it to the
Aw,
alcohol
dang it!
list.
I just. Yep. Okay. My brain is working.
Magical kazoo, you won't.
Ah, Jeremy, I'm sure you were slightly ready for this, but I apologize for how often we have been. It is 2:40, and I think we've gotten like 5 minutes of
We walked about
in-game
5
time
steps.
played.
Like
I'm
my
s-
shirt says before I put on my sweater, ADHD.
Very good.
On a
Wow,
highway
look
to
at this.
hey, look a squirrel.
You get a
Um,
group of people with ADHD, put them together, all in their own rooms, and watch them just go crazy.
Yeah. Okay, but
Especially
like,
since I don't have curtains, so I can see outside and I can see the snow and the storm, and it's just
It's
pouring.
very thematic. It's very thematic.
I tried to put on some very quiet music, but I'm still getting very easily distracted.
okay, but real quick, I have to tell you this idea so that I say it out loud and don't forget it later. Phoenix pendant, something to do with like revivify. It's almost like an extra life type of a thing.
If Jeremy, I don't know how far you are in the role, but there's they give Pike some armor that has a similar kind of thing. I would actually look at that exactly. That's kind of the kind of on the lines of that. That might be giving you some ideas for that as a resource.
Okay. Like I said, I mean, it's
Either
literally
that
like
or-
just came up with the idea.
Playing off of the half-orcs, like relentless endurance type of a thing, where if you drop, you somehow regain a hit point or something similar to that kind of an effect.
That's how the armor
And
works.
if it's a phoenix specifically flavored, you maybe go
Burst it.
down, but then on your next turn, you reappear in a burst of flames somewhere within like 30 feet of you. And like if there's enemies around that burst of flames, they take like a d6 of fire damage or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how the Dawn Martyr armor works. In the critical role is that it's like a legendary, but it's like you go down, you come back with 5 hit points, and then like any within like 60 feet or something like that. Any enemies have a DC Dex saving throw. If they fail, they take half, and it's like 3d6 or something like that fire damage.
Is this one of the vestiges of
I haven't
Divergence?
watched
Ah.
season 1 in a while, so I forget what magical items they all ended up with.
Well, we can also
Anyway.
thank my mother for that idea, because that
Anyway.
gave me that, and then so.
So, Jeremy, how do we die?
And then the Apple Mountain Dew. That's also something that I wrote down as well.
You gotta find. You
Because
find.
I might
find
actually be able to do
a
something. with that.
jar of mountain water with apples in it. That's crazy.
We're gonna bob for apples. Okay,
If it has some kind of a psychedelic effect, I won't complain one bit, Jeremy.
I know you won't. Okay, so how much of an arc, I guess, do you guys want to make? I guess you're.
So
I
that's
guess
the
you're trying to.
current- The air. Here's how I would gauge it: wide enough to where the volume of the horn does not change.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
a
if
good
it
way
gets
to put
quieter, we make the arc a bit thinner. If it's louder, then we make the arc a bit wider.
it. Okay. All right, that's fair. Okay. So you guys head on this arc path for the next couple of hours. It kind of really takes you out of your way a bit because the horns really are quite loud. But you aren't able to kind of subvert around. So you would have guessed that the you're thinking it was one giant. It sounded like it was just a single helmet that was making that noise. You would have guessed that it was maybe another hour ahead of you. So it took you probably 2 or 3 hours to kind of subvert the giant in your arc path. But you are able to... the sound is now behind you. It's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've got about 2 hours of sunlight left. And you travel on for another hour with the last fadings of the horn noises fading behind you. When you come across... what?
Not the lake. Not a lake. No, not the lake.
You see a lake with an
Not the
island in the
lake.
middle of it and just fire
Not a
everywhere. But you come across what looks... Well, okay, can I have everyone roll me a perception check? Let's start there.
Oh no.
Imagine having to roll in D&D. That's crazy.
No,
Oh my.
I have advantage because this is my favorite terrain.
Well, that's a natural one.
Correct.
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Had an 18.
Wait,
Is that a 1?
you're kidding me. You rolled a natural one too?
Yeah.
I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 2. I had advantage.
Read it and weep, bro. Read it and weep.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys.
I got
Did
21.
anyone
roll okay?
7.
Anita
21.
What did you get?
I got a 6.
got a 6. Okay, so we got 3 natural ones. Well, I guess you got a natural 2. And then a 6. And then Naya is just like, oh my gosh. As she's looking, so you all come up, and it is just kind of this horror scene. There's blood patches in the snow. There's splintered stuff everywhere. Like, it's so bad that the 4 of you have no idea what this used to be. Naya immediately recognizes that this was like a dog sled group. And so it looks like there's about 3 or 4 dog sleds that were all here, and it looks like they've just been massacred by this by the giant that is the only thing you could figure, because there's these humongous footprints everywhere, and all the snow around is trampled, and there's patches of blood everywhere, tufts of fur, there's stuff scattered, material everywhere that was on the dog sleds, but it's a bit of a massacre scene. So all the rest of you just see everything, but you have no idea what this used to be.
Oh, there's dog sleds. How many do I see? Like 3?
Yeah, you would guess 3 or 4. It's hard to tell just by the sheer condition of it all. But like you see kind of an arch here, a sled there, like a railing of a sled there. But you're counting it up and you're like, it's either 3 or 4. I can't tell because you have like a couple chunks of stuff that you're like, this could be 1, it could be 2.
What that?
Can I go look through and see if there's anything that would be worth taking, supplies or like
There's
things
anything
like
left
that?
at all? I figure not, but
Roll
Is
in.
there-
Just in case.
Anything alive here? Like,
Roll an investigation
Also
check.
looking for survivors, I guess I should say as well.
uh-huh.
What
I
check
wanna-
did you
I wanna
say?
Look at the footprints that
Investigation.
were left behind.
Okay, that's gonna be slightly better than a natural 1, and it's going to be a 14.
I
Okay.
rolled a 15.
For checking for survivors, Birx.
Yeah, or anything, any Just anything really.
So, the really unfortunate thing is, we're doing Birx first. The really unfortunate thing is that there's not enough whole parts of anything for there to be survivors. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like, see an arm
I think
there.
Nazintor might actually throw up when he realizes that.
Yeah, like there's,
Oof.
you know, like there's, like I said, tufts of fur. There's actually a lot of dogs missing. You would guess there would be somewhere in like 30 to 40 dogs. You really don't see many like dog pieces. This is really gruesome, but you don't see very many dog pieces. There's little tufts of hair. There's a leg here, you know, a tail over there.
Probably ate most of those dogs if they
What?
didn't.
They're
That-
so finely shredded. I assume that I'm like I don't know if a giant would have done this. There's just
Yeah.
have scavengers come through. I guess is more my question. If scavengers come through and sort of picking apart
Um,
things, or
you would guess that this happened within the last 24 hours. Because everything isn't like wholly frozen. I mean, everything's basically frozen, but it would have a very thick layer of ice if it was there longer than just a couple of days. So this has probably happened within the last 24 hours. You would guess that potentially the giant ate most of the dogs. You see there's a couple of the riders, but I mean, they're all like torn in half or are crushed or things of that nature.
Hey, Hargul. Would it be crazy to think that maybe this was done by like fiends or demons?
I mean, I guess I'm looking around and I'm not seeing any signs of fiendish activity. I mean, those are obviously giant footprints, and the crushing and the type of kind of like when you pick like a piece of chicken apart when you eat it. That's kind of
Shredding.
where we're at here. Unfortunately, this looks like this is definitely that giant we were avoiding.
Well, it's kind of not really a uncommon occurrence here in the north. So, much as I hate to say it, better them than us, I guess.
Nizintor, you're searching around. Remind me what you got, a 15?
Yeah, 14.
14. So it's slim pickings. There's a lot of stuff that's been crushed. It looks like there was some produce that's frozen over now and not wholly edible. You do you find a it's a coin purse that looks like it was kind of shredded open. You find about 5 gold pieces worth of coins. You assume that it was more because it's a much bigger bag than 5 gold pieces, but it's probably been lost somewhere in the snow, the rest of it.
Sees a scene of carnage. Sweet, $5.
$5 in pennies.
Anyway.
Well, I'm not gonna not take it. It's not gonna be used otherwise, so I don't mind. But
Yes, that's true.
while he's digging through the stuff, Nazintor is gonna kind of reach out for the medallion of Eldath that he keeps around his neck, and he's just kind of gonna like hold it and just kind of like dip his head, bow his head to kind of just pay respects to these people and hope that, you know, their end was a swift one.
Okay. Roll me a religion check.
That's a 9.
Okay. Can I have someone please roll me a good religion check? Just once in this
Okay.
campaign. That's all I need.
I can try.
Like,
I can try.
just-
You want me to try right now? I'll
No,
see
yeah.
you
look,
are
a
praying. I
natural
join in.
20. Wow,
That is
that's
heaven.
crazy.
Wow, that's crazy. I just rolled a 19.
Yeah, but none of you are actually rolling a religion check.
Plus
Anyway,
4 religion.
Are you?
You don't.
I
I
rolled a
could
good
slightly
last
believe
time.
Birx. I could slightly believe Birx. He
Um,
actually probably would have pretty decent religion.
he would. You would think so, but he's also rolled arguably pretty bad
Pretty
too.
bad. Pretty bad.
Um,
And it's not a wisdom
I
check,
rolled a
so
good one last time, and then you tricked me with it.
I think you rolled
Yeah,
an
and I
okay
am
one.
not really good on faith with Eldath right now.
Anyway, but with a 9, you don't. There's kind of like a constant feeling of Eldath's presence. In this moment, it's not increased, but it's also not diminished as well. It's kind of just the same typical feeling of Eldath that you're used to in this particular moment.
Sorry.
So, but you do kind of get the
I
feeling.
know she's there, but I'm still kind of on that edge of like I don't really want to commit to being a full believer or anything like that. But at least I know like something's going on and like we're doing something for someone at this point.
Yeah. So, what do you all do?
say probably just time to move on. Really.
We
Bro.
want to probably get away from this place and camp somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
How much? So we said we got about an hour of light left, Jeremy.
Yeah, about that.
Let's make some
say
distance.
let's put with this last little bit of light. Let's put some distance between this place and us. Headed forward, and then and then we'll look for a good spot to bed down. I'd like to make some snow caves for the evening so we can
Are we
feel
going in
comfortable.
the opposite direction as the giants?
They're behind
Yeah,
us.
they're behind us now.
It's behind us now.
Before
We
we go,
determined it was just one, right?
Maybe.
That's the running theory right now is that it was just one.
Jeremy, because
Got it.
can I inspect the tracks to make sure that there's just one?
Yeah, go for it. Roll a survival check with advantage.
Well, that was a 10 and a 2, so I'll take the 10. That'll give me a 15 on my survival check.
Did we just roll above a 10 at some point in this session?
I rolled an 18 earlier.
We had good perception checks
Yeah.
that caught us to the giant.
Yeah,
I had a
not,
23 earlier.
It's like I feel like
Finally.
most of us have been rolling very low right now. Oof.
Super quick, Jeremy.
yeah,
My birthday's coming up, so I get a free 20.
that is true.
My birthday's in like 4 days. So,
That is true. So, do you want the free 20?
not right now.
Oh, okay.
But
Just
for the
let-
Just so you know, it's in the back pocket.
It's gonna happen.
Were you there when we talked about this, Jake?
And I have a feeling she's not going to waste it on someone else like I did. So let's see what Kira does with it.
Probably right.
I don't think you.
Although won't
Oh, I
lie
guess
to
you
if
heard
there's
it.
ever a point where we could get a magic item out of it, a natural 20 helps very much
Oh, I
so.
know. Oh, I know.
or not dying to a Balgura, things like that.
You know.
Yes.
Let's definitely get into that ice castle and use the natural 20 to find something like super legitimate that Jeremy has to make up on the spot because he wasn't planning on it.
Exactly.
Happens way more often than you think.
I rolled to get
Oh,
a
no,
super
I
cool
know.
magic item. It's
I know.
a 20.
So
I have a
let's
feeling Jeremy really,
Naya
really
walks
wants
into the ice castle and says, I want to find something cool. Natural 20. What do I find?
That's not how that
In
works.
the
You
ice
find,
castle because the whole thing is
Series
very
of
cool
balls
because
of
it's
ice
cold.
and frozen everywhere.
get out of the
What
ice.
word?
You find something cool. It's the entire ice castle. It's very cold.
There you go.
Hey, straight up though, if I found a deed to an ice castle as a natural 20, yeah, be keeping that ice castle. 100%.
Okay, who owns the property rights of a magical castle where people died? Let's just be real.
I
here.
don't know, but friggin'
Most
D&D,
people
bro. You would be surprised. Like, let's be honest here. We started an ice cream empire off of one roll.
We did start
Anything
an
can
ice cream
happen.
empire on one roll. You're right.
It's Jeremy's world. We're just living in it, and Jeremy's pretty nice to us and gives us cool things,
Hey,
would
Jeremy, where's the
definitely-
airship?
which we appreciate, Jeremy. And then he tries to kill us with lakes. So it's a
I
good
would-
balance
I would-
of both.
I
It's a
definitely
good
think we
balance.
manipulate Jeremy's world a lot more than he cares
Hey,
to.
Nye, can you use your birthday roll to get us an airship? That'd be cool.
No.
Let's magical airship underneath the frozen earth. I'm down.
I rolled to find an airship.
How many natural 20s in a row for that one, Jeremy? I've got at least 12 dice out right here. I'll roll them all. They'll all be natural 20s.
There's an
guaranteed.
airship. It is at the
puts all
bottom of a
pieces
lake.
the dog sled together.
A lake. I can't do
I'll
it.
take that. I'll take those odds.
Guarded
That's
by
all.
a
50K
gold
on the
dragon
bottom
and
of
a
a lake.
It's
giant.
on the bottom of a lake next to a golden dragon.
So,
Uh,
so,
But you need
so
to
Jeremy,
surprise
with that 15, I'm
oh, right.
inspect the tracks. I should, so nothing says that because it's my favorite area. I can learn the exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So this is very clearly one giant, but he's a little bit smaller than typical frost giants. Frost giants are usually about 20 feet tall. Judging by the size of the footprints, you're guessing this one's more like 15 feet tall. So he's a bit of a runt in terms of, if he's fully grown or anything like that. You would say that this one's a little bit smaller than usual.
Take it.
Why I oughta.
Why I yawn. And like you kind of assumed, it was about 24 hours ago when this happened.
Cool. So wasn't something we could have circumvented.
All right, that makes me feel a little better for just not going straight into the horn. Because I was worried, like, we could have stopped this had we just gone straight for it.
I don't think we could have.
All right. With that,
It happened long ago.
I'm pretty burned out of sitting around looking at the carnage. So I think I'll start kind of motioning us to get headed further down the path to keep heading north.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I'm going to just kind of start heading towards the back, though, because I'm just kind of afraid of something coming up behind us trying to ambush us. So I want to try to give the party a little extra warning if I can. So I'll be kind of in the back for the next little bit of travel till we get to camp.
Okay.
Still getting blinded by name.
I'll just kind of, pull my hood over my eyes as much as I can to try to avoid random flashes of disco ball.
Not the disco ball, dude.
I think that you guys have pretty well covered up Naya at this point. Like
We're all right.
I assume that you've got like a blanket or bedroll or something over top of her. She's also got her own cloak itself.
just
There you go.
Naya's just a walking
He's a ghost.
pile of leathers.
I gotta step out for a second.
Okay.
Assume we walk for an hour, find a good spot, and start making ice caves.
Yep. Who's making the ice caves?
I'll start, and then I assume I'll show other people how to make their own.
Okay.
I will help and do what I can to help create ice caves, but I don't think I'm good at this skill, so I'm gonna just follow Hargul's lead.
I'm pretty much the gist is all right. We're gonna dig a hole into the snowbank, and then the goal is to bring enough heat in that we can slightly melt the inside, so that it refreezes as an ice on the inside to provide support, so it doesn't collapse on you in the middle of the night. And then that'll actually act as a heat barrier to keep some of the warmth in, and you can close the keep yourself warm over the night.
Interesting.
Got it. Random question for you, Hargul. Do you think if I were to just acid breath a hole, would that help at all, or would that make it worse, or what would that do to the snow? How would that affect it?
If you want to lay in a pool of acid, then I'm sure that'd be fine.
Would
You don't
it
think it would
smell bad?
dissolve
It would
through the
probably
snow?
smell bad, right?
I'm curious now. I'm gonna try it. I'm like, just for fun, I'm gonna use one of my dragon breaths and just see what kind of a hole I can make with it, and if the acid remains or not.
Okay. I don't even know. What would acid and well, okay. So you let out your breath weapon attack, and you can see that it does stuff, but the acid very quickly gets diluted by the water that it melts, and more or less just kind of creates just a little puddle of greenish water, and it doesn't like create a huge hole or anything. It really just kind of it drops it down about 6 inches, but that's really about it. The water kind of just nullifies the effects of the acid.
If it was an acid that it
I'm gonna
reacts
stick my
to water-
hand into it just to see, does it burn? Like, does it hurt me? It being acid still, or is it just straight up like now green water?
It still has some acidity to it. It would
Okay.
maybe do like half damage that it would normally do. What was that you were saying, Jake?
quarter damage. Oh, most of the time because you're hitting water with it. If it was like wood or stone or something, then your acid would react. But because the only thing melting the snow would actually be the warmth of the acid coming out of you, that probably wouldn't do a ton.
Can I bottle the
Yeah,
green
okay, I
acid
guess that makes
water?
sense.
Sure. for
You
why?
beat me
New
to
ice
it,
cream
Navarro.
flavor?
I
New
was
ice cream
thinking the
flavor?
same
Ice
thing.
cream flavor.
If Kalia were here, she 100% would be taking that as an ice cream flavor.
No, I just think having a bottle of acid liquid could be helpful.
It's really diluted.
It can be diluted. They can drink it. They don't know what it is.
That's gross, but I like it.
Since it's
There-
diluted
I mean,
acid, like it's still a
you
little
never know
acidity.
what
Would it be like
random
citrus?
item
Would it be
you-
kind of like a
You carry
lime?
around that might help.
Like if you add some sugar, would it be kind of like a lime because of the acidity? Like how
I have no
acidic are we
idea,
talking?
but-
Because if it's very mild acidity, then it's pretty much a lemon at that point.
I figure it's probably
I mean-
close to vomit consistency.
That's kind of what I was
Ew,
thinking.
yeah.
First time I
Mm-mm.
used
Don't like
my
that.
breath weapon in a fight, I melted a dude's face off. So I'll let you decide how acidic that is.
And make people go cray cray.
Well, so I picture that it's probably like this 10-foot diameter little area that you've done it on, and then that dropped about 6 inches. So, figure how much water within 10 feet by 6
Yeah.
inches would be. So it would. So I'm with Jake. I think it would probably be somewhere along the lines of like stomach acid. So still not like pleasant to
Fair
anybody,
enough.
but not deadly.
I just remember that dude rolled a natural 1, and I like doubled the damage that the acid breath did to him. So like his face basically melted off. It was pretty cool.
If you ever get swallowed, that wouldn't be a bad bottle to pop open. That probably wouldn't hurt. The acid wouldn't hurt you, but it would probably make something's stomach upset.
Yeah. Gosh dang it! I got a bit of indigestion right now.
It'd be a very fun prank.
I think there's
honestly.
ways you could potentially like if you feed it like to someone and they don't realize they're eating it, they become sick later on, allowing you to sneak through something. Like there's ways that could be used.
Okay.
Right. So I'll go back to making a snow cave the normal way and hoping I don't fail.
Okay. You want to go ahead and roll a survival check?
No, but I will. Hey, that's a 12.
You said a 12.
Done anything? Can I help?
Yep. Tell me what I did wrong, because I don't know if it's good or not.
I got a
It's
19.
so it's not to Hargul's level, but this is also your first time making an ice dwelling. it should last you the night, but you wouldn't be able to do it like multiple nights. Like you'd have to either rebuild it or do something different for the next night. But it should be good enough for tonight.
Well, I don't plan on using it more than one night, so I guess that's good enough for me.
You know, Hargul comes over and says
Oh,
that your roof is a little too thin. Is kind of your big thing.
It'll be okay for the night. I'll come take you out. Just scream a bunch if it collapses on you.
Will do. You'll definitely find more greenish puddles of that kind of acid water if it collapses on me in the middle of the night, for sure.
Noted.
Sorry. So
Also, I do suggest that we keep a watch.
We always
Okay.
keep watch at night, so
Always keep watch.
Yeah, I don't trust anything at night. I would especially keep my eye out for any lakes, because those things like to sneak up on you.
They really do. They really do.
wake up the next morning and there's just a lake suddenly 10 feet away from you. It's been tracking you this whole time.
I'll take first.
What was that, Jake?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. All right. So, you all bed down for the night, doing what you can to kind of get comfortable in this environment. Naya is quite comfortable with her ring of warmth.
I've also been covered in blankets all day, so
Yeah.
I'm nice and toasty.
So you're actually kind of excited to go to bed because you know it's gonna be a little bit colder because you've been hot all day. Birx is
This is the best sleep I've had in years,
yeah,
dude.
he's absolutely loving it.
Really helps that I'm
So,
on my bed right now.
Go ahead and whoever's keeping watch first, which I think Hargul, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
All right. It's a 19 plus 5. So that'll be a 24.
Okay. How are the watches going? Are you switching off every hour?
I usually you do it in watches every 3 hours.
Okay.
That's why it's split into you've got like a 12-hour area you could have without light that you would have things.
Okay.
And everybody gets 8 hours of rest that
I'll-
way.
I'll definitely take a watch, either on my own or with someone, whatever's needed.
Same.
So
Wahoo.
you said you got 22?
I got a 20.
A 24. It's a good thing I can read lips because you cut out right as you started talking, but it's a 24.
All right.
You're good.
Yeah.
So you're looking out into the darkness. You do have dark vision, but that only lasts you like 60 feet of dim light. But behind you, you hear crunching snow and rattling chains.
Hello.
I'm rousing everybody. Also, fiends are my favorite enemy, so can I make a perception check to see if I recognize something fiendish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I can't be surprised while I'm conscious, so even if I'm asleep, I still can't be surprised.
You're not conscious while you're asleep. You are unconscious.
Not with that attitude.
That's a 16 perception check to,
Okay.
or would it be an investigation check?
I'd probably do it in investigation.
Oh, okay, then it's a 12.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Or no, it's a 15. Sorry,
Okay.
I have proficiency in that.
Yeah, so technically, Taylor, when you're asleep, you are unconscious. So your alert
Oh,
feat
is that
doesn't.
how that rolls?
Yeah.
I'm generally
Good to
unconscious.
know, because I totally thought that I was still conscious while I slept, but that's good to know. Never mind then.
No, conscious is when you're awake and paying attention to the world
Alert.
around you. When you're asleep, you're obviously not doing that. So,
All right, so I just got to take max exhaustion, never sleep, and I'll never be ambushed again. Got it.
Never be ambushed again. You'll have a -20 to all rolls, but it'll be fine. You'll always get a nat 20. That's how that works.
So also roll me a history check as well, Hargul.
Okay. Oh. Huh. Oh, that's all right. That's a 17.
All right. This one. So as soon as you kind of take a minute to think about it, you realize that this must be a chain devil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um,
I'm vast. Oh, not a vast. That's a pirate term. I'm just like, we've got
Jenga.
company. Whatever.
Or Jenga.
Pineapples, whatever our
Yeah,
what
what's
time
our-
is it? What? Huh?
chain devil.
Zintor is up, and
There's a devil?
he's
Why? At this
unconscious,
hour?
so now he is alert and ready to go.
Here's a bee.
But he is pulling his armor on real quick because yeah, he's pulling his armor on because he
What-
wouldn't have left
What armor do you have?
just leather armor.
Okay, so I think that
Right?
takes a
Because you
minute
don't
to
sleep
put
in
on.
armor, or can I sleep in my armor and not get exhausted? If I can sleep in my armor and not get exhausted, I'm sleeping in my armor.
It's more layers. It'll
But I
keep you
thought that
warm.
was a part of sleeping.
I would
Was we
have
would
to
be
look
exhausted
into
if
it.
we wore armor.
My assumption, at least the ones that are in like medium and heavy armor, I would say like in order to actually get sleep, you would have to take off your light armor. I think you could probably get away with.
Well, then I gotta put
Okay.
my armor on.
How long does it take to put on heavy
Then
armor?
I'm definitely. I have
Uh,
my armor on, and I am alert, ready to go with the crossbow knocked in my crossbow and my sword of +1 out and not out, but hanging on my side, ready to go.
So
Jeremy, how long does it take to put heavy armor on?
I'm looking right now.
I think it's an hour.
And then it's like 10 minutes is what I want to say.
So, okay,
Hargul,
cool.
what's
I was
your
gonna say, if we spend an hour each morning waiting for you to put on heavy armor, I'm gonna just have left Birx 5 years ago.
It probably is like 10 minutes or something.
Vote to kick out the person in heavy armor out of the party because they take an hour to
It takes
get ready each morning.
How
It
do you
takes a
don and
minute.
doff an armor?
It takes a minute to don light armor, 5 minutes to don medium armor, and 10 minutes to don heavy armor. And it's an action to put on a shield.
So what you're saying is that no one's wearing armor right now. Let's go.
I
You
assume
know,
I'm
I'm straight up
armor.
putting my armor on, and I think I can beat a minute before any crazy stuff happens.
So Hargul, what's your armor class?
not great. It's a 12.
Oh. Okay, so basically just as soon as you get your as soon as you kind of call out the call to arms, immediately out from the darkness, let me double check. Well, no, I guess you turn around and you see the chain devil, right, which is just this humanoid creature that's just covered in chains. I mean, basically like his clothing is just made of chains, and he's got all these other ones draped to the sides of him, and on the end of each of them is these hooked blades, and he
Fantastic.
basically throws one at you. He's about 10 feet away, and he throws one at you, and I have to make sure that I'm. Let's see here, that. So 9 and then he does 9 points of damage, of slashing damage. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's a 14.
Okay. And you're just able to jump out of the way before the chains fully wrap around you, to grapple you. Can I have everyone roll me a initiative? Thank you. Man, I need some kind of music.
17
12.
plus
right, give me just a second here.
1, so 18.
Okay, so none of us have armor on, so just remove it and whatever your natural AC is.
If you
It's
have
10 plus Dex, isn't it?
It's 10 plus Dex, unless you're a barbarian, in which case it's 10 plus Dex plus con.
Naya, take all of the hits, please. I beg of you.
I was gonna say,
and
my
Jeremy wearing
leather armor only adds a +1 to my AC, so it doesn't make that big of a difference anyway.
I can't wear armor, but I have a shield, so I'll be
Without
mostly
wearing
okay.
my armor, I still have a 14 armor class. So,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
and the fireworks went off.
I think one of them casts Fireball, but I'm not positive.
Fireball! What's great about us seeing Jeremy's screen is that we can see him move
I know.
his mouse
You can
frantically
see
to-
me doing.
Fireball! Fireball! Fireball!
Okay, sorry. So let's do this. All right. So 25 to 20.
I do not have
All right. 20 to 15.
19.
15.
What?
So Hargul,
Minotaur?
Naya,
I had
and
15, so I'm after you two.
Hargul, Naya, and then the Zintor. Okay. 15 to 10.
12.
Okay. Birx. I now have like 3 names for you rattling around in my head, George. This is great.
So sorry.
So then, what about Navara?
Laura.
8.
You got an 8. Okay.
Yeah. That was something. Initiative.
Initiatives are always rough, man. The Zentor has a plus
Woof.
5 to it, though. It's crazy.
I have a +8 and I rolled a 7. Like, come on.
Ooh.
I don't think so far this session I haven't rolled above a 10, so that's been annoying. Don't
a
expect
good
me to do
session.
anything because I'm never gonna hit anything. It's
What
gonna
a
be
great
great.
session of D&D, guys. This is great.
So Hargul, you are first.
All right. You said he's 10 feet away from me?
Yes.
Well, then I'm going to first cast Hunter's Mark on him,
All right.
and then I will step forward and hit him with my axe.
Okay. Go for it.
That's an 18 plus 7, and that should be a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, okay. That's acceptable. And it's a 1d8 plus 6. There we go. There's my 8. Oh, that's a 7 points of damage plus
Aw.
Hunter's Mark damage, which is a d6. So that's 3. So that's 10 points of damage
10 points of damage.
for my first hit. And then I attack again with my axe.
Okay, go for it.
8 plus 7. That's going to be 15 to hit.
15 will just miss.
Oh.
Of course it will.
16 is his armor.
Probably.
Okay.
Mine's 15.
Is there anything else you want to do?
It's probably 16.
That's what
I think
meant,
that
16.
that's what I can do for my turn. So
Okay.
I just
So then next on the list is Naya.
Keep sliding down.
Naya, punch him in the face.
It's 10 feet away from me, right?
So okay, so let's do this. This is at least partially.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
So we need to move some people around, I think. So I'm assuming that you all are relatively close. Wait, Anita? Oh, yeah, Anita. I wrote this up last night and I couldn't remember anyone's
You
character names.
Spelled my name 100% wrong.
Well, again, I wasn't
Nariha.
I wasn't looking at and I couldn't remember anyone's names.
Well, Everyone say
And
hello
I'm
to our new party member, Narita.
Just like a Dorita.
Okay, so that's gonna be like that.
Ball.
I'm gonna say I feel like I'd be more 3 squares down from where Hargul is currently. So we kind of have more of like a spread,
Oh,
and we're
I
not
can
all
see
on one side.
His was gonna be next to the rest of ours, but he made a pool of acid instead, so we had to move it over.
The pool of acid.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well, that'll be it. And it was 10 feet. Anyway, okay. So, next up is Naya.
And I'm next to the guy because I just walked up and hit him with my
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go move up to him now.
Okay,
I have 40 feet of movement. That's not me.
you are correct.
Next. There you go. Yeah, I can just move up right next to him because I have 40 feet of movement.
You want to go there or there?
There is great. Right next to him.
You have advantage on your attacks because we're flanking.
Oh, I know.
Well, I think
I mean,
flanking
do
is
flanking
technically that. Yeah, I do a flanking rule, but you need to be 180 from each other to technically be flanking.
I did not realize we had that rule. That's pretty sick.
That's how rogues get sneak attack.
Rogues get it if you're just
you
within
have to
5
be
feet.
5 feet within them.
Yeah, flanking is
You
like
have
this.
advantage sneak attack. So
Or
There
have
would
an
be
ally
something
within
very
5
funny
feet.
about them being surrounded by all 4 sides.
It happens. So we'll put you there just so that you do get that advantage.
Okay. So that means I get, like, to roll advantage
Correct.
on both of my hits?
Yes.
And we'll do
Wahoo!
the first hit. That's a 13 plus strength is 3. So 16. I'm just gonna full on.
Plus your proficiency.
Which should be
Oh.
plus 3.
Okay, so that's a 19 then.
19 will hit.
And roll damage.
Full on flash him in the back. that was advantage. I rolled 2 dice and I got a 6 and a 13. So.
Okay.
And my second hit.
Wait, did you roll damage that second time?
No, I did not.
No, never mind.
So the next hit's a 22.
Next, that'll hit too.
Wahoo!
And it's D12s.
And what weapons are you guys using again? Just so I'm clear.
I'm using my great axe.
Okay.
I'm
I
using
got
my
a quarterstaff, shield, and or my holy symbol.
I'm using my +1 barbarian axe. Magic axe.
Okay.
The first one, the one that was a 19, I get 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And the second one, 12 plus 4. So,
So 16.
yeah. 15 and 16.
All right. Cool. Is that all you do? Do you want to rage?
I would love to rage. I'm
All
not
right.
gonna do what I did last time.
Okay. Next time, if you want to rage before you start attacking, is a good idea. But Nazintor, you're next.
I won't. Well, okay.
Just so you know. That's all.
Fine.
Yeah, because rage can give you bonus damage or something, I'm pretty sure. Can I move 30 feet and get up next to this thing in melee combat?
Kinda. Yes.
Yeah, you can get there or there.
Yep, totally.
Both of those would work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the 30 feet one.
Okay.
And just be ready to flank with someone else if someone else comes up close for any reason.
Well, technically, since he is now flanked this way, I would still give you the advantage because he's being flanked this direction. So his priorities are definitely split.
All right, then I'll use that advantage, and so
Well,
I've
not
got
to
a
mention
short
too.
sword +1,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to hit him with that.
Yeah, and you would get your sneak attack
That's
just
a
because he has.
24.
Yep, that'll hit. So you do get that sneak attack because he does have an enemy within 5 feet of him. So you don't even. It doesn't even matter to you on whether or not he's flanked or anything.
Yep. So I'm gonna. So my sneak attack is now 3d6.
Yep.
Pretty good.
So I'm rolling some damage.
Yeah, when rogues get high level and then get a nat 20, it's terrifying.
Over. It's just over.
It's a fun
End of the
time.
battle at that point.
Okay, so 14 plus 4. So 18 total damage on that strike. And
Now-
then I'll do my bonus action. Because I can do 2 weapon fighting, so I'm gonna attack with the just normal short sword that it's in my other hand,
Okay.
but that's still at advantage. That one is going to be a 23 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit.
and that one is a 6 points of damage. Like I said, that's just a normal short sword, so I don't know if that matters.
Sorry, say one more time.
It's 6 points of damage with a normal short sword.
6 points of damage with the normal short sword. Okay.
Yeah. And that's going to be my turn.
Okay.
The amount of snow on the ground right now is crazy, guys.
I
Oh wow, yeah. Just look outside.
would believe you if I could see it. Sorry, give me just a second.
That groundhog was a liar, dude.
I know.
You
It
can't.
like springs around the corner. No, it's not. Look at that.
This is Utah. We play by our own rules.
You're right.
True
The
that.
groundhogs have no jurisdiction over us over here.
We're just starting to get that hail, that first front of the storm.
Ooh.
By the way, speaking of
Weird.
the Groundhog Bill, have y'all seen that that TikTok song that has been going on like crazy viral?
No.
I have
Oh
not.
my god, I'm gonna have to send that to y'all.
What one? I don't know which one you're talking about. Yeah, send it in the chat.
I will.
All right.
It's
Anyway,
hilarious.
bless you. Bless you.
Bless.
All right. Anyway, so that was Nazintor. So Birx, you're next.
Let's go. All right. This man woke me up from my nap. That's rude. He's going to die. I cast Spiritual Weapon as a 3rd level.
Oh. Oh.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to just cast it so it's right next to him to complete the quartet that we have going on here.
Could even put it above his head.
I could just put it right on top of him, huh?
What's your weapon again?
I usually do an axe.
Wow.
You know what'd be cool? Is the symbol of Eldath is like a waterfall, right? You can make it so the axe from the haft into the blade looks like a waterfall flowing into the blade.
Ooh, that's true. We'll have to do more character development for that though first, because right now my axe matches that of my family's axe.
Once
Yeah,
we've
we're doing
completed the
that one.
Treefell arc,
Once the Treefell arc is ended, yeah.
then you will evolve to awesome spiritual weapon.
Heck yeah. And then let's whack it in the face, shall we?
Bonk.
You know, let's do it.
Ooh, I rolled an 18
That'll hit.
plus stuff, but that'll hit. All right, and then it actually does 2d8 because I upgraded it.
Ooh. Oh.
Got 5. Wait, it's 5 plus spellcasting ability modifier 3. 8 damage.
8 damage.
And then for my action, I'm going to move slightly closer to Hargul, like up to right one. And then I'm going to take the dodge action, and then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So, Navara.
I'm going to do magic missile.
Okay.
At 2nd level.
George, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
Just have it prepped. Okay, go ahead and roll.
Come in.
So let's see. 3
Plus 1. I've got 4 darts.
So you got 4 darts. So you got 4d4.
Okay.
So one
I
damage.
I just need 1. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's magic missile. You don't need to roll.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, you just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. How much damage we doing?
7 force damage.
7 total?
Yep.
Alright.
Nice.
Good job.
Well done.
Also, I looked up
Plus
chain
one.
levels in the monster manual.
Oh yeah.
No, plus 1 for every one of those, so plus 4, so that would be 11 damage actually. Yep, so every dart does 1d4 plus 1. And since we did 4.
Gotcha. Nice.
That's even better. Nice.
Nice shot, honey!
And I looked up chain devils in the monster manual. These things look terrifying.
Yeah, they are
Holy
not
cow.
friendly. They are not friendly at all.
Like,
No.
I thought this wasn't gonna look like this, but this thing does not want to mess around
Yeah.
at all.
That's like that's just straight up like the Predator. Like
Yeah, so when I say like, you know,
Yeah.
his clothes are just straight up made of chain and the, you know, these hooked blades, I mean that he's a bad time.
he's not friendly.
No,
Your devil was silly.
Very friendly.
I think we can recruit him to our party, guys. I think he's very friendly. Maybe we should just talk it out.
you start that conversation, Birx. I feel like you are the right representative to convert a chained team devil to our campaign about fighting devils.
You just see Birx is going, you ever think about not being a devil and like being nice and stuff while he's getting wailed on by 4 people on all sides?
This is like all of those pictures, which is like you just got like all the one color like sorry piece, and then there's like the different color in the middle.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of our Lady and Savior Eldath?
Okay.
May you pray you never meet her.
You pray you never meet her.
So, the Chain Devil is going to. So he's going to make 2 attacks. One on Hargul and one on the Zentor. And
Because it's a close range.
no, this is a melee weapon attack. He just has a reach of 10 feet.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where is it? So that's a 17 attack on each of you. I rolled 2 9s. What's your armor classes?
12.
13 right now.
Okay.
Oof.
So then that's gonna hit each of you. Where did that go?
Oh yeah, I forgot my obligatory dice noises.
So that's
No, I think Discord's actually blocking it.
no, we can kind of hear it.
No, we can hear it.
Nice.
So,
Anyway.
Hargul, that is 9 points to you, and you are considered restrained now. And then
Do I not have to make a dex check on that? Or
that was just the first time.
okay.
That dex check was. So you are now, or sorry, grappled. You are now grappled, and then Nazintor, you take 14 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge, so that gets reduced to 7.
Okay.
Let's go, dude.
Love that.
Did it get me at all?
I can finally
No.
be up close and maybe not die in one hit.
Nice job.
Maybe 2. At least 2, because you can half your damage.
So 14.
I
So
can half my damage every round if I keep using my reaction for it. It's great.
and then he's actually going to jump straight up and over Hargul.
Do I get an energy attack?
Hargul doesn't, or yeah, you certainly don't. You're grappled. You're grappled,
I'm not-
and he didn't leave your area of attack. But Naya and Nazintor,
can.
you both do.
No, I just use my reaction for
For uncanny dodge,
so
you're
I
right.
can-
So Naya, if you want, you can attack him as a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm enraged now, so.
correct. Let's go ahead and roll an attack.
Yes.
Does she still get the flanking advantage for that, or how does that work?
I'm gonna say probably not.
I rolled a 19 anyway, so.
Pretty good.
Certainly hits.
But add
Add your 6 on top of that.
6.
For a 25.
Yeah, add 6.
So now go ahead and roll damage.
Well,
12 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're now back up to Hargul's turn. And you take so because you are grappled, you take 8 more points of slashing damage because you are grappled.
Oof.
You can try to break the grapple.
I also can. I can still attack even if I'm grappled, can I?
I
just can't
I
move.
mean, you can't as restrained though. Isn't that different?
No, it's grappled. Oh, okay. So you can. So yeah. So you can make the check to see if you can make it out. But where's my player's handbook?
If you're grappled or restrained, you can still attack. You just are at disadvantage
Let me double
on
check.
those attacks.
Let me double check. Dang it.
I'm looking at that right now.
It's just like your movement. Your movement is what's mainly affected with like grapple and restraint. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's a difference, and I can't remember which one doesn't allow you to attack.
I think it might be restrained. No, it's in the beginning of the handbook.
It's in combat section. Let's see.
Oh wait, I have Google. Jeremy. I have Google.
Google.
Oh, whoops! I literally just typed in Google. Oh boy.
Hey.
Underwater combat. I didn't know there were rules for that.
Yep.
Okay.
This is the reason I avoid water combat.
Grappled. My speed is 0, and I can't benefit from any bonus to speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated, and the condition ends if an effect removes the grappled. So as if they're pulled away by a thunder wave. So
What about restrained?
restrained is
So it says that an incapacitated creature cannot take actions or reactions because you are considered
not-
incapacitated when you are grappled.
I'm grappled.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Am
Never
I
mind.
restrained?
You are not. You are considered grappled.
Okay, so I can still attack. I just can't move.
Correct. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. I read that wrong. Okay.
So
Yeah.
in that case, I'm just gonna take 2 more swings at him with my axe.
Okay.
So, and then yeah, that went off the table. Well, that is a 2, so that does no good. That's a 9.
No.
You're going to go sit away in the corner, dice.
He's gonna
And that
think
is
about what you've
another
done.
2 on the other dice. So both my dice are in jail.
Uh-oh.
Is it an action to break the grapple?
Let me look.
Let's see. It's in the combat section, not under the grapple.
So it says that it looks like it says that it's an action. It requires your action to do so.
Okay. Well then I am not able to do anything else. So that's cool. I am bloodied, by the way.
Oh, good to
Oh,
know.
good.
I haven't gotten a single hit yet.
I got 1.
You got 2.
He's been hitting him.
I missed. I got 1 hit, and I've missed 3 times.
Oh, that's you getting a hit on him. Okay. Naya, you're next.
Well, I'm gonna start flying. I'm gonna be like, screw this dude.
Okay.
He jumps away from me. So,
No. Oh.
yeah.
Naya just flies away like, yep, see you later, guys.
See you guys here at the castle.
What are you doing?
So you sprout your wings,
Turn order.
and is that I believe that's an action, isn't it?
Bonus action.
Oh, I forget that you guys can.
So yeah, and I'm gonna move towards him. So I'm like right over him. And I'm sorry, this is kind of distracting.
Sorry.
No, you're good. My distractingness is so high right now. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna be like flying over like the top of him, and then is it possible for me to like drop down on top of him and like grapple him?
I would. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You would still have to roll your. You would still have to roll your athletics versus his. Versus his thing. So, go ahead and roll an athletics check if you want to try and grapple him.
18.
18. He fails. He gets a 16.
Wow.
So he is now. Can I have you make me? So you drop down on top of him, and you wrap your arms around him. Can I have you make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
As you drop down on top of him and grab him, immediately as you open up your eyes, you see your mother in your arms instead, with this terrified look on her face.
Hey, that's messed up. Hey, Jeremy.
that's a
Hey, Jeremy,
14.
that's messed up.
That's a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
So you're very unnerved by this, but no other real effect.
Okay. So it to me from my eyesight, instead of being on top of him, I'm grappling on to my mother.
Correct.
But it seems like you're aware that's an illusion, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's unnerving. And
Yeah,
I
it's a
immediately
creepy
look the
illusion.
trick, but I don't like it.
So this creature is now grappled. And he is also grappling Hargul.
It's just a train of grapple.
That's
crazy.
It's a grapple train. I think that's all you can do. Right? Is there anything else that I'm forgetting?
I think I can also hit.
No,
Well, I
that
don't
would
know,
have taken your
I think
action.
What?
That would have taken your action to do that. To do the grapple. Your action is part of... So you can choose to use your action to attack. Right? So in combat, you get 3 things. You can move, you can do a bonus action, and you can use your action.
Okay, then I'm done.
Yeah, so when you take the attack action, it consumes that action you have. Okay. So then
If
in
I'm
which
correct,
case...
though, while they're grappled, they can't move, and they can also only really attack Naya right now, right?
I would assume that he can attack anyone that's within his reach, and he has his weapons have a reach of 10 feet.
Okay, that's fair.
So...
Alright,
So he can literally attack everyone but Navarro, basically, at this moment.
Yeah, I was about to say everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, so he can still reach and attack everybody. He just can't move. Hargul can't move.
Got it. Anyway. All right.
Oh, and Naya can't move. Technically.
Well, I can, but
But you would have to take him with you.
harder. Yeah. Unless
Alright.
I let him go.
So, Nazintor.
I would just like to imagine, I know this isn't the case, but that Naya is currently swinging one of his chains around, making him spin in a circle, with Hargul just also spinning, connected by a chain, and it's just a huge mess.
Wait, so
But
like just like
anyways.
over his like
Yeah, like kind of like she's like about to toss one of those like hammer balls in like the Olympics or whatever, and it's just like a flurry of all of them just being swung around each other.
There's
They're
just
all like
so many chains.
in a 3-way grapple.
Oh my
That's
god.
Anyways,
crazy.
obviously that's not the case, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna flank the Chain Devil because I can get step right in front of Birx and still be flanking with Hargul, correct? Or do I need a flank with Naya, who technically would be? I don't know how. I'm
Wait.
trying to flank, and I don't know where to go to flank right now.
So because you're a rogue, you don't need to be flanking. You just
Yeah,
because
but I
he
still want
has
the advantage on the attack.
do you get that as the rogue? Could you get the sneak attack damage?
I get the sneak attack if they're within 5 feet, but I don't get advantage just for being a rogue. Like I'd need to either hide as a bonus action to get the advantage. So that's why I figure if I go up and I'm flanking, then I get the advantage and the sneak attack, and I'm more likely to hit with advantage than without it.
So I would consider him flanked already with Naya on top of him and Hargul there as well. So I would just consider
Yeah.
him already. So you would probably already have the advantage.
All right, well then I'll just move so I can hit him with my short swords again.
Okay.
And I'll hit with the short sword +1 first.
Okay.
That's a 17.
That will hit.
Okay, so that's 4d6 again.
Oof.
And that's going to be 15 plus 4, so that's a 19 points of damage.
Oh.
Jeez, dude.
Heyo.
That's more than what I do.
I love sneak attack. Sneak attack is the greatest thing in the world. And then bonus action, I'm going to hit him again with my normal short sword.
Okay.
That one That is only a 15, so I believe that misses.
That will miss. Yes.
Okay, then that is my turn.
Okay. Birx.
So does my spiritual weapon gain advantage on the attack as well?
I don't believe so.
Okay, that's fine. I shall have it attack really quick. Oh, that hurts.
But you get
I'm gonna hold on. I can't remember the thing. Oh, yeah, that's a 15. That doesn't hit.
15 will not hit.
Okay. Do I gain advantage on a melee spell attack if I hit him right now? Given that he's being flanked.
On a melee spell attack, probably.
All right, I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna hit him with an inflict wounds.
Okay. Is that something you roll an attack for?
Yeah, and I just got a nat 20.
Oh.
I think Taylor knows how much damage this spell does.
This
Can I cast it as a second level? I'm gonna cast it at a second.
I don't know, since you've already rolled the attack for
Okay,
it,
then, yeah,
I
no.
don't
Okay,
know
that's fair.
if that's fair.
That's fair. You're
So
right,
does
I'll do
3d10
I
necrotic damage.
wish you had rolled that as a second level. That thing would be dead.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's already 30 points of damage.
yeah, that's rude. Oh.
Finally, Treefell did something correct.
All right, roll your roll damage on top of your 30.
That's the sound of Jeremy being very salty, I'll be honest. 40, 45, 46 necrotic damage.
holy cow!
It's beautiful.
Describe it
That's
to
what
me.
it's all about. That's what it's all about,
Well
everybody.
D- describe it to
well
me.
done.
He's currently the main character, so
I killed him.
Is it dead?
Describe what happened. How do you do this?
Treefell is wiping the sleep from his eyes. His axe just swings down and goes, dude, I just wanted to sleep. And he just walks over and just takes his holy weapon and just backhands the dude.
And you just
It
watch,
just says touch. It doesn't say what kind of touch. So just
and
slap.
and so with that, you watch as like half of his face blows off as it just kind of like dissolves into this dust, and the dude just falls over and just loses all color in himself as he just turns into this gray mass. Completely dead.
Treefell turns around and goes back to bed.
Well done. Well done.
Do you need me anymore?
That's what it's all about, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what we're here for, dude.
I didn't even get to hit him with rage.
Jeremy, I'm so glad for your critical hit rolls.
Oh,
Because stuff like inflict wounds, when it crits, just yeah, good luck.
Thing
Good
is, do you
freaking luck.
want to know something? That's the first time I've ever landed a hit with inflict wounds. Just so you know.
Oh yeah, no, those aren't easy to hit, but frick, man, that's legit.
Man,
I'm
and
like, oh, I gain advantage. Now would actually be a pretty good time to do inflict wounds, actually. I rolled a 15 and a 20, by the way. If you.
Yeah. Okay. Well. So that happened,
Great job, everybody. We did it.
and you all just kind of watch.
The Zentor's gonna see if he can take a chain
go.
from the
There's
chain
the proof
devil
right
because
there.
he wants to keep it.
There you go. There's the 20.
Naya's gonna go walk over to Birx and be like, dude.
He's just right now in his little
Huh?
snow hovel.
Yeah, he went back to bed.
He's just in his bedroll.
Cargill's just standing there, bleeding and confused.
I'm gonna go up to Hargle and make sure that he's okay because he's pretty bloodied at this point.
There is something really funny about the implication that Birx only does things well when he's like half asleep.
So, Nazintor, you're able to. It's going to take some coaxing. I don't know how much of the chain that you want, but you either need to unravel its body in order to get a whole chain, or you can break off a link and have like a couple links and like the hook on one of them.
I would just probably just like a couple of links with the hook I mainly just want it as a trophy because I think it looks cool.
Okay. So you spend about 20 minutes.
Maybe get two
Hargul-
of them so I can just have like 2 trophies of the hooks.
Okay.
Once Hargul has gathered his senses and understands what just happened, he's gonna go over and he'll help. He'll use his axe to help cut the chain for Nicentor.
Okay. So you probably about 5 minutes each chain. So in about 10 minutes, you have your trophies.
Cool. Thank you for your help, Hargul. I would offer to do anything to heal you if I had that capability. But I think Birx is really tired, so I don't know if we should wake him and try to get you healed.
What's a someone?
Okay,
What's a someone heal? What?
Hmm?
What was that?
I'm just gonna sleep it off. I think I want the chains, the scars from this one. Wow, that was kind of embarrassing.
Why would
Do
you
you
want
want me
okay,
to? Are we getting a chain for you as well? We can get you a couple of hooks if you want them.
Yeah, I'll work on breaking off a chain for myself.
I'll help. We'll just work together to get whatever you want.
I'll probably unwrap as much of it as I can until I get to the point where I decide it's.
So there's about
annoying.
5 chains in total that have the hooks on the ends. Just so you guys know.
Okay, I'll take one of the. So there was 5 before Nicentor took one, or there's 5 after Nicentor took 2.
There's 5 total. So he took 2 of those, so there's 3 left.
I'll unravel one as about. Well, I've got about 20 feet, or not 20 feet. That's a lot. How thick are these chains, Jeremy?
They're gosh, now I'm like running through my mind palace going, chains. What do I know about chains?
Because
Make
all I'm
them
wondering
into a
is, are
flail?
they big?
Thick
are they
enough
big
to be used
like
as
that, or are
clothing,
they-
so you what you will with that.
They're probably about halfway in between the two things that you, right? Because I mean, so they're probably about the same size of chains that you use to like do a trailer.
Oh, okay.
Like I think
I'll take. Yeah, that's reasonable. I'll take like maybe 10 to 15. I'll take 20. I'll take 20 feet of chain, and then if I haven't got it all the way unwrapped, I'll work on breaking it.
Okay.
Breaking one of the links.
You're kind of sitting there unraveling it, and you kind of start to realize that these chains are all kind of a continuation of one large chain. So once you get to 20 feet, you realize that you do need to cut it off because you're not really sure where they end, and you're a little afraid that they might end within its body. Like it's kind of.
Yeah.
Seeing that, I kind of want to take a 20-foot chain now. That looks really cool.
I'm just.
I
I'm
think
coiling it up. I'll put it in my bag so that I have, because
I go back to sleep.
Okay.
And then
That-
once I've done, I'll go take a
That
nap.
could be useful.
All right.
Who's taking next shift?
I'll take next shift.
Cannot believe that happened.
Okay.
New name for. I'm gonna just to everybody else that's still awake right before I go to bed. I'm like, I guess his name is Birx Chainbreaker now.
Ooh.
That's pretty sick. Actually.
Ooh.
Head to bed.
Birx is already in like deep REM cycle. He has no idea.
Yeah, no, but in the morning
I
I'll
like that.
refer to you as-
Chainbreaker.
That is actually a really sick name. Hold on. That's really good.
I think we found a new nickname for Birx. I will say before you go to bed, Hargul. And then I'll head to bed as well, and I'll wait to do more with the Chain Devil on my watch.
Can I roll something to see how much Birx actually remembers of what just happened when he wakes up?
Roll a history check.
Roll a history check. All right. What's my
It's
history?
gonna be a nat one.
It's a 19. He knows what he just did. He was just too tired to care.
He's fully conscious of it, but nonetheless aggravated that his wonderful dream of long pastures of snow as he was frolicking through it is just this powdery snow is
You ever
poofing
see-
around him.
You ever see Finn or like a dog like jumping through the snow?
Yeah.
Like That was Treefell.
That was his dream, and the chain devil came and destroyed that dream. He was very upset.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. Otherwise, it's a very uneventful night. It's very uneventful, the rest of it. But Naya, you do spend a majority of the night picturing that face that of your mother that you saw. You were very, very shaken by it, and you don't gain the benefits of a full rest. You gain the benefits of a short rest, but you spend enough time thinking about it that you just the hours just kind of whittle by.
Oh,
I didn't really get hit, so I don't need to worry about that. About the healing part, but yeah. Okay,
well.
for that purpose, how about I do some watch then?
Okay, so after a couple of hours, you come and talk to Navara and tell her that you'll take watch for a while, and Navara crawls into bed and is sound asleep very quickly. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before morning?
Yeah, Nazintor, when he takes his watch, is just going to try to get 30 feet from the two other chains that are still there. Because he's got some ideas for using that for some of the ruins he wants to eventually go exploring in.
Okay.
I'm pretty much still on watch, kinda. I just don't really sleep after that.
Okay.
I mean, I do, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Would I notice that she's still, like, up at all? Or would
I would
Nazintor
assume
notice that?
so.
Or when he's done with the chains, then he'll probably walk up to Nai and just be like, "Hey, hard to sleep, like restless night.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason for that? I didn't really like that fight ended pretty quickly, so I feel like there wasn't really anything traumatic that happened in this fight compared to some of our other fights.
Guess you guys didn't see what I saw then.
No, but that thing was freaking creepy.
And I landed on top of it to grapple it. It changed into my mother. So I saw the terrified look on my mother's face. As if I was grappling her. I just don't know. I don't know what to think.
Yeah. Like I've mentioned before, I think once we get back from the frozen north, I want to do whatever I can to help you get your revenge and your justice that you're seeking. I unfortunately definitely don't know how to help with this situation. I've never really been through something like what you're going through. But anything I can do to help you find that peace and that comfort of knowing that you've gotten the revenge you seek, I promise you I will help.
I don't
And
even
I know
look.
I might come off.
Oh no, keep going, keep going.
I was gonna say I know I might come off as cocky and arrogant, and like I don't care about anyone. But I'm starting to think of this group as a little more than just friends, and a little bit of my family. And I want to do what I can to help my family out. So you let me know if you ever want to, if you keep having these restless nights, wake me up. We can talk. We can just, chat about it or whatever. Just let me know. I'm happy to listen to you. I'm happy to do anything I can to just try to help you find that peace you're looking for. And he's definitely talking pretty quietly, like you're used to him being loud, boisterous, like that kind of like I can do whatever I want and get away with it attitude. But right now he's showing a lot more of like just kind of a passive, like I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just trying to be a little real. And you kind of get that tone from him.
And Naya sees that, and without even looking at you, she just kind of like hugs you. Just melts.
It's definitely that she reaches out and grabs him, and he's like straight armed going, okay, this wasn't the reaction I was expecting. And I think after a moment, he'll kind of like, for a good minute, he's kind of stunned and like unsure of what to do. But eventually he kind of just like hugs her back, and like one of his hand is just kind of patting her back. And he's just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just going to kind of awkwardly like continue to try to be more friendly while also thinking this is really weird and totally unexpected.
And after about a minute, I'm just, all right, go to sleep.
Well, I got to finish my watch, but once I'm done with it, then I'll wake up whoever's next and head to bed.
Fine, I'm gonna try to sleep then.
Actually, I think Nizintor,
Yeah,
you'd be
go for it.
last.
When
Sorry,
we all
I
wake
couldn't
up in
hear
the
what you were
morning,
saying, Jeremy.
What's that?
I couldn't hear what you were saying about Nizintor.
Oh, I think that you would be last watch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Go get some sleep, Naya. Try to rest while you still can.
Fine, idiot.
And what was that, Anita?
when we all wake up in the morning, I go to Naya and I'm just like, well, Zinter's pretty nice today.
What?
Is she
Always
doing that
listening.
She's watching
Always
us while
listening.
Ah!
What are you
I
talking about?
really need to start saying that. Can I like start doing perception checks to see if I notice that Navarra is literally like always listening in on every one of these like secret conversations people are trying to have with each other?
I'm like, oh, nothing. What do you guys want for breakfast?
No, Mom. What? What are you insinuating?
Well, we just fought a chain devil in the middle of the night. We've all been pretty tired, and I just think that we've all been pretty nice to each other. That's all.
I'll come out. You know what would be nice though? I really want. I don't know. What do we have for food?
How does devil?
Did you
taste?
catch any of that?
How does devil taste?
How does devil taste?
Is it a lean meat? What do you think it is?
Oh my god.
Do you think it's
I
spicy?
think we
Do you think it might be
started to
spicy like a
corrupt
jalapeno?
I bet it's spicy.
I think
I
we
would.
have started to corrupt Birx, Nizintor says after hearing him talking about Chain Devil. Where's Kalia? She'd be the one to tell you what it should taste like.
Well, without her here, then we gotta figure these things out ourselves. Let's start a fire.
You do know that it's been sitting there for a couple hours now, and it would probably.
It's out in
be
the
of
cold.
dry.
It's like sitting in a giant freezer. It's fine.
I would also like to point out that when you slapped its face, half of it just kind of turned into ash and vanished. So my guess is what it tastes like is probably charcoal, but I could be wrong.
Got that nice
I-
burnt
I'm
flavor
just
on
gonna
it.
know-
Oh,
I wouldn't eat that if I were you
Okay.
or anybody. I wouldn't eat that. That's probably not a good idea.
All right, and I'll just pull out a ration and just keep eating it then.
I was about to say we probably got some rations we can eat.
Straight
Yeah, I
up,
think
once
more
again, if
food.
Kalia were here, she would eat it just for the fun of it. So maybe we should save some and we'll give it to her when we get back to the keep. She'll probably
cream
let us know if
flavor.
it tastes good or not.
New ice cream flavor just dropped. Literally, the ice
Ashy
cream
change.
store is going to be shutting down because no one likes the flavor, because the flavor includes blood, demon, bone, and acid.
I mean, we had that fire one, and that tasted pretty good.
That fire one
So
was
I
pretty
have
sick.
faith that they can probably come up with some cool flavors with some weird ingredients.
That's true.
Not everything you eat when you cook something, what it tastes like can change depending on what you use. So
That's
I bet
true.
that makes a difference, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm curious to see when we go back to 3 streams, what flavors they've come up with.
That's true.
It's more of an extract than having chunks in it. It's like instead of putting like you don't
makes
put
sense.
straight vanilla into your vanilla ice cream, it's like a vanilla extract generally. Whereas like
Yeah.
strawberry ice cream will have actual strawberries in it, so it's a difference.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They could come up with a bloody, chunky ice cream,
Right.
but
Isn't
I
there
don't
like a
think
blood
that's the
pudding?
direction they'll go.
there is blood food. There is
This
like a
tiger
blood.
blood-
I mean, blood sausages are a thing. Those exist.
Jeremy, you just
Oh.
love us, don't you?
So much. I'm gonna sneeze.
Necrotic damage.
Bless you.
Maybe.
In Jeremy's offense, I will actually at some point come up with a list of
Never mind.
random flavors of ice cream that they could come up with and give it to him so that he's not just trying to figure it out all on his own.
It'll be good. Thanks.
Bless you.
I'm thinking
Thank you.
about ideas. I just don't have enough of them to want to send it to you yet.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
So-
still got a while for the castle then.
Onwards to the castle.
Yeah, so you've probably got another 12-ish hours of travel to go before you get there. So you'll probably get there either late tonight or early the next morning. Kind of depending on
Okay.
how you want to do it.
Sounds
We
good to
could
me.
probably do early the next morning, do one more little rest before we go in.
Sounds good to me, honestly.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay. So you all pack up. I assume you tell Birx about Chainbreaker.
Yeah, I'll help him. Burke, I
Yeah.
just want to say, I know this has been a challenging and a very honor-testing time for you.
Yeah.
And I know you talked a little bit about rejecting your old nickname of Treefell. I know it brought a little dishonor on you. However, I talked to Nazintor last night, and I think we both agree you have earned a new title.
And what
Chainbreaker.
would that? That's not a bad name, I'll be honest.
So, Chainbreaker. Lead on.
Thank you. And,
That was
all
oddly
right.
wholesome.
and Chainbreaker now will go to the front and just lead the party.
I'm still gonna call you Birx. I'm sorry.
That's We've changed my name twice in the last session. That's crazy.
I know.
Jeremy just-
That's just every
That's
session from now
4.
on.
every session,
Chainbreaker
new
has
name,
a
just
new
gets a different
nickname.
name.
At least once every session.
4 names
That's great.
for George.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So you travel on. Today there's a little bit more cloud cover. The wind has subsided quite a bit. And you all travel on in a little bit of solidarity, not for any particular reason, but just after the happenings of last night, you all find yourselves a little bit more tired than normal, but overall still capable of continuing on with your journey. And it's a very uneventful day. There's nothing to see. You still have to worry about the sun or the snow blindness. But yeah, you travel on until it gets dark, and you create camp once again. Is there anyone that anyone wants to do?
Can't think of anything, honestly. Just keep watch and make sure everyone's safe, pretty much.
Okay.
When he takes watch and is indoors, just going to kind of look to see if Naya is asleep or not.
Which I'm not.
Same thing? Right. Well, you need me, I'm here for you. And then he's going to kind of just wander back to whatever pile of snow he found to sit on for the watch.
Nazentor, there's a nicer pile of snow over here.
Like, is everyone up now? And now Nazentor is literally going to go and check to see who's up and who's not up.
I was honestly assuming this was like right before everyone went to bed.
Hargle's actually snoring quite loudly.
Hey,
why-
Hargul's asleep.
Yeah.
That's a fair reason. I
Navarro
don't
just sitting there
blame you.
smiling, just no idea. Yep.
I'm just gonna smile back really awkwardly and then just kind of turn and wander away without saying a word. Kind of still scared of Navarro totally, so I'm not sure how to interact and now kind of worried that she did see us last night and I'm going, wonder
Well,
what she
you
thinks of that.
You wouldn't have heard me talk to Naya.
Unless Naya said something to you.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I haven't heard what Navarro said, but I'm like, she probably saw us, and now in my head I'm thinking, I wonder what she thinks of that. But I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to wander away because I'm too scared to ask you. But I will, like, after seeing Navarro awake, like, you'll notice, Naya, that, like, Nizintor goes even a little farther away than, like, where he probably would have been the night. Like, if he was somewhat close the night before, now he's, like, pretty out there this night because he's just like, I don't want to have people overhear conversations and whatnot.
Okay.
But yeah. And I think during his next couple of watches, and Nizintor's spending a lot of time like just kind of playing with the snow with his sword while like kind of thinking over like some of the things that both Birx and Naya are dealing with. And he's trying to figure out if there's anything he can do to like continue to help him out or like continue to try to find ways that like he thinks could be advantageous to them in what they're going through. And he's going to try to come up with stuff like that.
Okay.
Naya's not gonna go talk to him, but she just kind of can't help but look over at Nizintor. Just kind of wonder what he's thinking about. That's it.
Okay. Another night passes. Naya sleeps a little bit better tonight than she did the night before. You all wake up, gather up your belongings, and head yourself northward again. And after another about 2 hours of travel, you kind of come to it. This huge gargantuan palace made of blue sparkling ice, large spires and peaks jutting up in very jagged ways all along the top. Huge doors, 20, 30 feet tall, double doors, and you just see these mounds of snow that are piled up along the sides as the wind has swept it. And you all have the realization of, we're here. And that's where we're going to end it for today.